Hi.
Hi.
I don't know if you saw the Facebook Live from earlier today, but I read the advice that you shared when we asked
Did
you.
you?
Yes.
Oh,
So,
amazing. No, I've been in meetings like all this afternoon and I missed it. I had it in my notes to hop on, but that's exciting.
yeah, I had 20 pieces of advice for our 100th podcast episode, and yours was one of the pieces of advice that we shared. So,
Amazing.
yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Where are you located? I don't,
I'm in Alabama. I'm sure you can hear my southern accent. It's
I can
there.
hear it. Yeah. Yeah. Can you hear my Valley Girl accent?
I can. I can.
Totally.
I love it. I love it.
Hi, Serena. How's it
Hi.
going? Long time no see. We've spent a lot of time together this week.
I know. Thinking
How's it going? You okay? Oh yeah, she's like showing me how it's going.
it's
Uh,
just water. I mean, it's water.
oh, in a wine glass. Usually Serena
Emotions.
joins me for a wine. You have your Stanley tumbler full force.
Yeah, full lemon water. I've been like on my health kick. I'm trying
Oh,
not to
good.
drink much during the week, only on the weekends. That's
Yeah,
so
yeah. I can't really drink much anymore. It's
I,
like age thing. You get to be very tired, right, Chrissy? When you're old and you drink, it doesn't feel good,
yeah.
right?
I was at a wine club last night. I had way too
Oh
much
no.
and good wine and good. I mean, really good wine. But
Nice.
honestly, I almost didn't get to bed till almost 2.
oh
Oh
my
my
God.
God.
It's like yeah. No, I even slept in today. Of course, I felt guilty about it, but I was like,
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
you
I
deserve
need
it.
to sleep. I'm like, I need the sleep.
yeah, I just feel like that's what you have, like when you are in that place, whatever you need, and you can't feel guilty.
No.
It's unproductive. Hi, Donna. Welcome.
Hello.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to be here. Donna
I'm
and
so
I
happy
go
you're
way back.
here.
We've known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. How do you
Yeah.
guys know each other?
From another community, the H2H
Yeah.
community.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Awesome.
called the Human to
Kelly,
Human.
human to human.
Yeah.
We're humans.
Look how cute look how cute Lauren's picture is. And her face, her actual face is cute too. But hi, Tia. Okay, cool. Hi, I'm so happy that you're here. No worries on listening. How is everybody doing? We're all hanging in there. Like, yeah, I did the Facebook Live today. Chrissy was there and Serena. And at the end, I was like, I'm falling apart. I'm like, it's been hard. Like the end of last year was really friggin' hard. And I feel a little more energized, but I'm getting emails from people in the community that are all feeling that way. And I think a lot of people are talking about it. It used to be that we were all like, everything's great, social media, look at me, everything's perfect. I'm like crushing it, girl boss. And that's not real.
Mm-mm.
And
I
I
am
think,
not crushing it.
yeah, not crushing it, not crushing it. Totally cool with the non-crushing. It's a season. It's a season, and it's like there's a lot going on in the world and in our industry and our personal lives. And I just answered an interview question. Actually, somebody, you know how those like voyage people find, I'm sure every single person here has been like, hey, we want to interview you. So they're doing a new thing called Bold Journey, and they're reaching out to all the voyage people, and they're like going through that sort of entrepreneurial like Q&A. And I chose the question. You get to like do a drop down and pick what you want to answer. And I talked about overwhelm, like how do you tackle and handle overwhelm? And yeah, I just was like trying to, that was today. I was recording a message for the team to like transcribe and respond to. And it was like, we're all keeping our heads above water. Like, don't feel like I told my family, I know we're eating like shit. I know you're having cereal for dinner. I know we're eating freezer burned bullshit, and that has to be okay. Like, mommy can't handle anymore, and they don't care. They don't care. They just want love. so it's like I try not to beat myself
Wanna
up.
come say
That's
hi?
number one.
You wanna come say hi?
Who's there?
Come here.
Hi.
Come say hi. Sienna. She's like, I just got out of the shower.
Oh,
Just come say hi.
hi.
Just pop in and say hi.
Hi. It's so nice to meet you. How are you?
Good.
Good.
The toaster.
She wants to use the toaster oven and dad's hogging it. So
Oh, Dad's got to make space or take out his, frozen pizza. I don't know.
Okay,
Tell
well,
Dad to
thank you for
take
being
it out.
so
The
yeah, she
toaster's
just
all
turned
hot. Yeah.
25. So now we are.
Oh, what did they do for their
25.
birthday?
Well, Sierra's in Nashville, so she did her thing with her friends, and then we took Sienna to main event with some friends here.
What's that?
It's like a Dave and Buster's or
Okay.
yeah, it's games and
The
stuff.
worst. The worst. I hate.
I never have to go there again.
This one is pretty new, so it's like really clean.
Mm.
And yeah, the food was actually good. Drinks weren't
Wow.
that bad. So yeah, I was like, okay.
It's the stimulation. It's just like overwhelming. Kelly, do your kids like going there?
No. Thank God.
Okay, good.
Yeah. No, my sister-in-law took my kids one time to Chuck E. Cheese, and then we were supposed to meet her there. And I walked in, and my kids were like, "Holy hell, get me out of here. This is way too much."
It's sensory overload, right?
Yeah, it's way more than we were used to at all. We are all introverts. Like, give us a book and a quiet place.
We live on a farm, so like
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she threw them into Chuck E. Cheese, with everything. So no,
Yeah.
that's not our place. We are not them people. Yeah. But that's
Oh
totally
my
cool
God.
for people it works with. It's just not us.
Well,
Yeah.
she wanted to feel a little bit more adult and, wanted to go somewhere adult, but she doesn't like bars because she always gets elbowed in the face. And so I was like, well, this will be okay. It's still new, so it's not crowded yet. And so.
Yeah. Oh boy. Hi, Icy. I'm so happy you're here. Lauren,
Loving
do your
the
kids
purple.
drag you? She's just electric, like her hair. Your kids like it? I don't
Oh,
even know
yeah.
how old your kids are.
Mine are 10, 12, 14, and 18. And I like it because they're all different ages. So we can go, and I'm an extrovert. And so half of my kids are extroverts, but we can go of all ages and everybody can kind of one
Find
of those
their
things.
thing.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things the 10-year-old and the 18-year-old can all enjoy it, which is very rare.
Mhm.
That
That's good.
age gap. So
Yeah.
we love it. I just spend $1 million, which I hate. They're
Yes.
so expensive.
Yes.
I'm like we were here for half an hour and I spent $300. Like, what
Yes.
the heck?
It goes fast.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell? And they're like, come home with like a bouncy ball.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
get enough tickets
Yeah.
for a $300 eraser.
Yeah,
exactly.
pretty much.
I'm like, what the heck just happened? I feel like I just lost all of my life savings.
Nikki, your plant behind your head makes it look like you have like a super cool mohawk.
I know.
Like when you're positioned just right, I'm like,
This snake plant is massive. It's like
Oh,
4
that's
feet
so
tall.
cool.
Yeah, she's growing. We just moved her, so I'm trying to keep her happy in the window. She's
nice.
I'll be right
She's
back.
thriving. She's living her best life over there,
Yes.
thriving. Yes. Hi, Icy.
Hi,
How are
sorry.
you?
Technical difficulties. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we can see you. We can hear you. Hi, Alicia.
Hi.
How are you? How's everybody doing? Like, I'm so happy you're all here, but we're here for you. This is like we always pick a theme and sometimes we get to it and sometimes we don't. I'm drinking like a little, spritzer, and then someone left this mom water. And
High noons are so good, by the way.
High Noon is so good. And now that other one, White Claw, is competing with High Noon, and they're doing the vodka spritzers, and they're really good. Like
Really?
really, really good. It's not. It's
Can I
not
get
the
your feet?
typical- What's that? Oh, you're not talking to us, Tia.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was mute.
No, but that's okay. You're doing the mom thing. These
Hello?
my friend left them here. This can is closed, by the way. I'm like, what is this? It's so gross.
Cool.
Non-carbonated mom water. And this mom's personality, this is Sandy. There's like a Karen. I'm like, why did someone bring this to my house? Like, how did this get in my fridge? Coconut mango. and it was the only cold thing. Otherwise, I would not have brought it. But I'm like, mom water? Like, am I offended? I don't know.
At
I don't
least it
get
wasn't
offended.
AARP water, you know.
Right. Oh my God. We were
Is there
talking about,
alcohol in the
yeah,
milk?
they're it. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Grain neutral spirits, 4.5%. What is this? Because this is vodka.
Yeah, that's higher. Is it
It's
higher?
got to be higher, right?
Higher.
Yeah,
I
I don't.
prefer High Noons over anything else. I have some
too.
Trulies in the fridge, and I don't like those.
I don't like
They're the
Trulies.
worst.
Trulies
It's
are
so
awful.
artificial. It tastes terrible.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
like Flying Embers because they
Oh,
have
yeah.
only, it's like 1 gram of sugar and
Never heard of it. I have to look it
Yeah.
up.
I've only tried it once. Lily, hi. It's so nice to see you. It's been a
Hi,
minute.
it's been a while. I've
Yeah.
been but I'm
I'm
in
happy you're
LA.
here. Oh, you're here now.
I'm here now.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long are you here? Are you like permanently or are you like splitting?
Probably until April, then back to the Netherlands, and then back here at the end of August. So
Okay.
but LA is home.
Yeah. You're downtown, right?
Yeah, good memory.
Yeah. Well, you're here. I have to like remember, where
Yeah.
you're actually located.
Yeah.
We have such a cool like international group. I love it. Like on today's call, we had, Toronto and Dubai and somebody in the UK. Like it's just so cool to me. I feel like it's amazing how we can all connect on the internet, on the interwebs. But I was saying we pick a theme every quarter. We do these happy hours. I know it's kind of a COVID holdover, but I love it. And it's nice to connect and have a conversation that's not like super businessy, and not everybody gets on our coaching calls because that's a, kind of separate path. So it's nice to get to see everyone and chat. And our sort of wrap up kickoff theme is, just kind of what worked in 2023. What do you want to leave in the dust and leave it in the past? And what are you bringing with you, or what do you want to create in this new year? And if anybody wants to share, or just, you have a question, or you want to just like share anything, I'm open. Like this is our, just call whatever we need it to be. So
Jen, I'm actually launching a podcast.
You do not have a podcast already? Why do I think you have a podcast?
I did. I've had 2 podcasts, but as like before I started, but when I was an on-air personality, I did a podcast. But I'm starting a new podcast March 1st, and that is called Beyond the Cover, and it's talking all about book PR.
Book PR.
Yep. So I'm interviewing entrepreneurial authors and why they decided to write their book, the book launch strategy, what worked, what didn't. And so I've got.
Are they your clients for the most part, right out of the gate?
Some of them, like I have a couple celebrity clients that I'm interviewing, but the podcast is a lot of celebrities. So celebrity authors and entrepreneurial authors. So
it's good lead generator.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a lead generator, but it's also to help with authority in the space, right?
Yes.
So that's one thing I'm taking. One thing I'm leaving is that, we just had our 1-year anniversary for our agency.
And you're crushing it
last week. Thank you. Thank you.
That's awesome. Good milestone.
For the first year, I coached all of our clients in book PR and book launch strategy because we work only with entrepreneurial authors. And for 2024, instead of every client getting that coaching, they now have to pay for the coaching.
Love it.
They get the PR, and then the coaching is now an additional fee. And the reason why is like, we're a boutique agency. We have 16 clients right now. My calendar is like insane. Like I'm in calls from like 9 to 5 every day coaching people.
With 4 kids.
And with a single mom of 4, like I'm like No, like I just can't, it scaling the agency is absolutely impossible. Like I'm the roadblock to scaling
Yes.
the agency. And so even though I feel like that piece makes the agency really unique, it's also the thing that's holding the agency back.
Yeah.
Because I literally cannot scale beyond where we're at right now.
Yeah.
So,
but you're
if people-
still offering it. You still have that expertise that you're sharing. It's just a paid
right
enhancement to your services. So
exactly. And some of our hired like celebrity type clients don't want the coaching. They're like, no, like
I'm set.
They're like, I don't want to talk with you. You know, they just want like Loom calls.
Just do it.
And
It's a done for you, right? They're like,
Yeah.
we get it. We trust you. Do your thing. Work your magic. And I don't need to know how the
I love
sausage
those
is made.
clients. Those clients
The
are the
best. Like, leave me alone, right? Let me do my thing and just don't
They're
talk
like,
to me.
yeah, they're like, do I have to meet with you? I'm like, well,
Yeah.
no, but it helps me with like knowing where we're going.
Yeah. So one meeting, a kickoff, and then
yeah. So
off to the
kickoff
races.
meeting. So we do weekly reports and monthly reports. So like they know what's going on.
Are you always doing weekly reports or only during the launch? Because that's a lot.
We do weekly reports.
It's a lot for you and your team to have to be on top of it.
But you know what? I stand by it 100% because I have been on the receiving end of hiring publicists and not knowing what the heck is going on.
Yeah.
So I have my account executive, she is responsible for reports and we have a system and it goes out every Friday and we're like, it's not as labor intensive as you would think because we have a really good system, but weekly reports is for me is a must from the perspective of like being in the shoes of our clients.
Tia's asking, she's first of all said, I love your problem. It's a great problem to have. And what are you including in your weekly reports?
They get what has been secured that week, what is pending, and what we pitched.
Oh, that's good.
Including a list of outlets or just like themes and then the,
outlets.
kind of, wow.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot. It is a lot, but we have a pitch tracker and we update it in real time. So like by the time Friday comes, it's just pulling the list and
copy paste. Yeah. Yeah, that's
and
good.
our whole
So
team.
So you have a team member that like kind of just compiles that list and then on Friday you send it out.
Yeah. Yeah. She sends it out. She actually sends it out from the lead publicist email. So it looks like it comes from the lead publicist, but it doesn't actually come from them. Cause I want my lead publicist to be pitching, right? So my account executive, we just update everything in real time as we're going. I mean, obviously it's like if I send a math, cause we do math pitching for TV, you have to, we do real merges and math pitching, like in order to get the amount of clients that we get on TV. So a lot of times we'll just say we pitched this to the top 10 markets in New York City or whatever. This pitch, as a line item because you can't list all of them. But like I'll, this to the New York Times, this to what, and our clients get really used to that and ask for it, and they're spoiled. But also, I've been on the receiving end of hiring publicists, and I hated not knowing what was going on. And that's the concern that a lot of my clients come in after hiring PRs.
Yeah,
so
I found
we
too
over
that
report.
like when you kind of keep them in the loop on a regular basis, then you can charge the higher rates.
And
exactly.
Point.
Oh, we had this discussion actually on a coaching call a couple months ago, and Chrissy made a comment here about this Google Doc that she sets up. Clients that are like, and I know that Serena's had this issue too with clients that are like, I need to see literally every single thing that you're doing. I need to know at all times. If you're doing something, I need to be told, or we have to get on the phone and you have to tell me everything that's going on. And you can't obviously work with that level of micromanagement. So this kind of access to this Google Doc, which doesn't have, you can hide columns or whatever, you have a different thing that has contact information, but they can see, who has been pitched, like which publication, what angle, any feedback or action items, any follow-up or what sort of is like the status of everything. And Chrissy has found that clients will leave you the F alone if they have this, right? And they love it. So it kind of, it's almost like just, go check the document. And most of the time, you guys, they don't even look at it. They just want to know that they can, right? Yeah. So yeah, and it really helped Serena too. It's really hard when you have these clients that micromanage you and they need to, Amy, who's not on, Amy Bartko was like on our coaching call yesterday and we were like,
my gosh,
what the fuck is going on?
Was she the one in the Facebook group, Chrissy?
Yes.
That I was like, if I saw this, I would be like, our contract is ending right now. Like,
yeah,
I can't handle this.
And she sent me what she had secured because I put it in my Prowly for her so she could get the AVE. I was like, girl, there's 42 things on here.
Yeah, it's insane. In 3 months, you guys. And the client's like, why aren't you doing a good job for us? Like, why aren't you doing more?
And we're talking like Forbes and like GMA and like things like that.
Hey,
What? Hi guys.
No, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh
We
my
were
gosh.
like, what the literal frick is going on with these people? Like, they're mental. And
I like the shared document idea though, because I actually like one of my PR clients. Well, I'm keeping them close because one of my good friends, he's actually the operations manager, and the whole team, the whole staff is like rooting for me. And the owner, he's one of these that thinks like he's throwing away money with PR. And I'm like, yeah, but nobody in the state or in the Southeast who knew who your cocktail bar was until I came on board. So, and then he let me go because he said he wasn't seeing results. And I'm like, just Google your cocktail bar. The 2 pages on Google are from media features that we got and interviews and stuff. And he, when they let me go, he's like, we're going to take a break. I was like, oh, that's fine. Like that's where the burn bridges came into play because I was like, nice to him, whatever. And I was like, I totally understand. Like, figure out your budget and we'll get back. I was like, I'm always here. Like, love your cocktail bar. I'm like, I'm a customer here for it. And he, the marketing manager contacted me like 4 months ago and he was like, yeah, so we want to hire you back like per season because we haven't been featured in the media since we let you go. And I'm like,
no shit.
Yeah, no shit,
doesn't just magically happen.
So I like the idea of the shared document because I think if I shared that with the owner, it's not like I really don't think he would even look at it, but it's the fact that he can log in and look at it. Like it's there.
Yes, it's there.
And he can see results that are happening.
Yeah. And I'll put if something's in the works and I'll put a note like waiting on her to get me dates or something like that.
And when you plan to follow up or that you did follow up, like just that something didn't like go there and die, like it's still hot and open and the opportunity is still there. Clients
it's so funny when they go to it and they'll be like, oh, you pitched this outlet? Oh, that's awesome. I'm like, well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm doing my job.
Yeah. Yeah. It helps. It definitely helps.
I got Paul an ink interview in the morning. I'm so excited.
For who?
My my lawyer one.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Oh, that's cool.
What's the angle on that one?
His union angle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Calmed your client down, but she still didn't renew. I mean, are you feeling okay about that energy wise? Like we talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're just like we talked about the other day on the call. It makes sense. Like it's just, she is too
low energy, like energy zapping, right?
Yeah, she's too energy zapping. I found myself just very anxious all the time. I was scared for our calls. I literally scared because or when I see an email come in from her, because I don't know what mood or what part of her I was getting. Because sometimes she's great, and then other times like I could leave almost like crying. So I'm like, I never knew what to expect from her. Like her brand's great. She's great as an entrepreneur. Like so smart. Like so knowledgeable.
Is this the gray hair products?
Yeah, silver. Yeah. Like she's so, what she's got is great, but just for our personalities,
not a match.
Not a match. So it's
she's a former like other side of the camera person, like former
model.
Yeah. Okay. So she's used to like,
Yeah.
getting what she wants when she wants it, and
yeah,
things just magically happening. And
exactly.
yeah,
But like her email to me, because she emailed me like literally first thing January 2nd. Because she gave like the proper like 30 days notice for our like 6-month contract was coming to an end.
yeah,
So she gave the proper notice, but her email wasn't very nice, like, or maybe it was just cold. That's a problem with email though too, right? Sometimes you don't
yeah.
know the tone, you could read it differently.
You
But with
can
her,
be warm and,
could have, because I've had enough of those emails in my life that
Right.
I know when they're nice. But we had a call, or bi-weekly calls that we had to have was scheduled for this past Tuesday, and I was so worried about
the tone and
on that call, but she was actually very lovely and
wow.
very complimentary. She's just like, I love, I've learned so much, because so everything is brand new brand, never worked PR before. She's like, I've learned so much from you.
Mm,
Um, and she's like, but see, as like some people here know, like I'm in Toronto, Canada, she's a Canadian brand, but she sells globally, but our markets in like the US are very different. So it's 80-20. So 80% of everything of her sales are in the US.
mhm,
And she actually just wants to go and work with a US based agency, like in New York. She wants to sign, like, that's her idea. This like New York
yeah. Why do they need these like
agency.
brand names? Like, why?
Like, I need to be in New York. It's just like, and I'm like, maybe that's
Yeah,
like also the model in her.
yeah. That's
I
where
don't
the
know. I'm like,
action happens.
I was like, yeah,
Thank you.
I get it. I just, like I said, no burning bridges. We were just like, she was like, I'll write you a nice testimonial, everything. So I was like, okay, so we're ending,
Pick her
like,
up on that.
yeah. I'm
Hey,
like, oh, if you
Sally.
said you're gonna write me a good testimonial, like, I'm definitely gonna go from
Totally
here.
great. And you have a case study, like it's all positive, but it's such
Yeah.
a bummer
But
when you're
business
like
wise, it's I, I'm at a loss right now, but I just have to have faith that like the things will work out.
something
Something
better is,
better will come. I always
Yeah.
believe when something's removed, a better opportunity will come above that.
yeah. Yeah, because
Yeah.
when you have those energy drains, it's like
Yeah.
you don't have, the universe knows that you don't have the capacity. Your energy is like being sucked into this energy vortex of just people that I don't know, like they're
Gosh,
just
and nothing like,
suckers.
and to me, like with all the jobs that I had between like now having my agency and between college, nothing is worth like my mental health,
Mm-mm.
like at all. Like my mental health
Agreed.
comes first. And I'm like, if you're a negative Nancy and you're taking away my energy and
Yeah,
I'm anxious every time I talk to you and stuff, like I'm cutting you. Like
yeah.
the loss, yeah, the money sucks, but I rather replace you with a positive client that respects me as an individual and as
An
a
expert.
professional that you hired me
Yeah,
for.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the lessons you kind of learn the hard way. And it
Yeah.
also ties into like the lowest paying clients, the favors you do where you're like, I really want to help you and your brand is awesome and I'll cut, and then they end up just being the biggest pain in the ass. The expectations are insane. And you're like, are you even kidding me right now? My best paying clients just leave us alone. They don't question what we're doing.
Yeah.
They, calls are 15 minutes just to be like, here's when this launch is happening, product stuck at the, at the dock or whatever, like it's going to be here. And we're like, cool, thanks for the update. Here's your report. Like, it's just, they leave you alone. They pay on time. There's no drama. The higher they pay, the
Oh
more
yeah.
invested
My
they
top
are.
2 paying clients, one of them, I'm sure Jen knows, but I'm from the South. I'm sure you guys can hear my accent. It's very heavy. From Alabama. And one of my highest paying clients, like he's literally like this country man who just, if you saw him walking down the street, you wouldn't even know that he owned like one of the highest end restaurants in town. Low maintenance man. He signed me. I raised his rate because he's opening up another location. And he was like, fine, I'll sign the contract. No problem. Just send the invoice. He doesn't require me. I told him, I was like, well, I send analytic reports every month, for social media management. He's like, I don't care about that. He's like, just post, just do your job. When we have stuff for PR, he was like, pitch it to the media outlets. and I'll pay you.
Amazing.
I'm like,
Amazing.
gosh, why can't
Dream.
all my clients be like you?
Dream. It's a dream.
Dream.
That's the best. That's the best. Let me do my
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
Leave me
I've got
alone.
one of those now. She like asks me, can I pay you like 2 weeks early? I'm like, okay.
Absolutely not. Donna, what do you specialize in?
I do like a little combination of PR, storytelling. I help people like position themselves with their audience.
Are you story brand certified like Chrissy?
No,
No.
I've just been doing this for years. I worked in a law firm for 27 years, and then I started my business 17 years ago. And my first client was a hand model who had a
Ah,
line of anti-aging hand care products.
okay.
And
I love that.
he couldn't pay the PR firm she was working with anymore. So I said, well, I'll do everything. And because hand models don't do anything. So I did everything. I learned how to build websites. I learned SEO. I learned how to write content. I learned how to
Wow.
market.
Wow.
And we ended up taking all of this PR that the agency got her. They didn't know how to do social media. So they were like,
Oh,
teach us how to do social. I'm like, no, I'll do the PR. And we ended up selling $100,000 worth of hand cream in 8 months with no budget. So,
Wow.
and it
oh
was a
my God.
combination. And then she ended up on HSN 12 times, sold out
Wow.
twice,
Wow.
and was acquired. And they've made a whole line of products for her. But anyway, I
And then
just
we
saw,
hear you have a client on Rachel Ray. Let's
yes,
hear about that
yes.
one. Tell us about that.
She's the interior designer on Rachel Ray's newest show.
Oh,
But here's the thing. The show is it's a partnership between A&E and Hulu. And it
okay.
came on Hulu in October, but they didn't promote it at all because of the writer's strike,
Strike.
because it
Yeah.
was right after Israel.
Yeah.
And now it's coming out on A&E like sometime this month or next month, but we don't know when. They won't
Mhm.
tell us. And
That's helpful.
yeah, so like I'm building this whole plan around like, pitching the media around when that comes out, but I don't know when that comes out.
Oh
And
gosh.
Super
so it's
helpful.
been kind of like frustrating. So, and I started to work with her 3 weeks before the show launched. So I didn't go through my initial like first month and a half of getting, everything sorted
Up to
and
speed.
figuring
Yeah.
out, the hooks and getting to know who she is. But she's also got a nonprofit that she started where she goes in and she did this during COVID. She redid a kitchen in a Ronald McDonald house, and she did 2 bedrooms in a frontline nurse's house.
Oh, that's so
We're
awesome.
gonna we're gonna start that up again. So
Yeah,
I
that's
actually
awesome.
did have a question because I think this is a good idea. I don't want to like do it and then like the media thinks it's a bad idea because this is kind of something I've never really done before. Um, we have some really good local media. I live in Westchester in New York, like outside of the city. And she's got a good connection into Westchester Magazine. So we were able to get like 2 articles in Westchester Magazine. Just from that one launch, we got 6 articles. I got her pillows for sale somewhere, and then I got her to be a judge at an interior design thing through Westchester Magazine. So that's next month. But then I just said, you know what, let's just stop. Let's get everything sorted, and then we'll pitch when the show comes out again. And what I want to do, because the premise of the show is that they went in and they redesigned the rebuilt houses that were of 10 families that were destroyed during a natural disaster.
Hmm.
So her nonprofit fits right in alignment with this. So what I want to do is reach out to the local media. We have like a local TV station that's pretty strong, and I want to see if they will sponsor like
Like a
something
series?
like a contest to get
Mm.
like who gets she could do 3 projects this year. So like who
Mhm.
gets those 3 projects and have the TV station help us sponsor that. So I just
And
didn't know if
pick
that was
the
a good idea or
recipients.
not. As far as funding goes, she's got a ton of people that will like, fund things, all of her contacts
I
with
did pitch
furniture and
that, Donna, to our producers who we've been working with on our show, and he
yeah.
said they're not ready for it yet. But if we give him more information, he'll look at it.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say I've done some type of work. I spent 15 years as an on-air personality. And so I've done some type of work like that. I wouldn't, so the show itself probably wouldn't fund it. However, they could probably team up with some of the sponsors of the network, right? So whatever the sponsors, what show are you thinking about in Westchester?
Well, it's channel 12 news. I don't want them
So
to
Cheddar,
sponsor.
Be Well, is
Um,
that?
No, Be Well is Cheddar. Yeah, well, Be Well could
That's
work
12.
also. Yeah,
Yeah, because that's
News
channel
12
12.
though is in Westchester itself. It's like the local news here. But I don't want them to pay to sponsor. What I want them to do is like host Finding the Three Families.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
I didn't say that right. Sorry.
Yeah, no, we get it. We get it.
Yeah, and I
think
just
it's
don't
a
know.
great idea. And you don't know until
Yeah.
you pitch it. And, you know, that sounds like something that is a very, I think people are looking for that feel good moment right now, you know? Yeah, I think
And if we
that's,
can do it like when the show launches,
yeah.
and we've got Rachel Ray, there's Anthony Carino is in the show.
Okay.
So it's like, it's a pretty big deal.
That's cool. That's so cool. That's
Yeah.
like,
Congrats. That's awesome.
yeah,
So
that's awesome.
yeah. So that's my next thing. I'm actually meeting with her tomorrow to go through the whole plan that I put together. But I put together like a whole 12-month content plan. And then
TBD, date TBD.
yeah, that's what it says. That's what it says.
So annoying. You're
It's what
like,
it says.
how are
And
we supposed to work in this
I
way?
reached out to them today and like they opened their emails, they're not answering. And she actually got this because her neighbor is Rachel Ray's manager. So, like I'm
Okay.
texting her, I'm like, okay, I'm not getting thing in on my end. Go like knock on your neighbor's door with a muffin or something and get some information.
Oh my God. That's so exciting. You have good stuff in the works.
Yeah, it's exciting and like a little nerve-wracking because I feel like I can't really plan much, you know, everything's like sitting on the pin of the head of a pin.
Yeah.
We're ready. I mean, I've got all the stuff ready to go. So
Just say when, put me in,
yeah,
coach. I'm ready to go.
yeah, I'm ready.
I want to chat about Kristen's comment. I'm sure you guys read it. Hopefully you all see it.
Where? Let me see.
Feeling so drained, pitching targeted, relevant, timely, specific, great pitches, great follow-up, reaching out in all the places with all the things and hearing crickets, and it's draining. And I'm saying it like this. We have all experienced this, like raise your hand.
I still do.
We all do all the time. Yes. But I get that it's like, you know, we're like, oh, Rachel Ray and this TV show and I'm on the Today Show and blah, blah, blah. So Tia, do you have a comment on this specific thing or another question? It's on this, right?
You said raise your hand.
Oh, she's raised her hand. She raised her hand. Yes. So give me a little bit more background on the clients, the market. Do you know if they're opening your emails? Do you have a tracker? Can you tell if they're being received? Is your email through Google like G Suite and it's like verified and you're like off the sort of like problematic list? Because that has blocked us. Yeah, wait,
That I don't know. I don't know. A friend of mine has a marketing company and she helped me to build my website on Squarespace.
Okay, but what about your email?
So my email's through my website. It's Gmail based, but it says
G Suite.
G Suite. So it says Kristen at kfritzconsulting.com. And I don't know if it's even being received. I don't know how to set up a tracker for it.
So what are you guys using? Let's just start there. What are you guys using as a mail tracker? Let me tell you.
I use Yesware.
Yesware. Is it through? I'm using Streak through Gmail.
Okay, I didn't even know this was a thing. Like,
you want to know that they're being received. Oh my God, Gina, hi. Oh, she can't hear me yet. You want to know that they're getting them. So, hi, Gina. Look at your cute hat. Streak, Mail Track. Streak is a Chrome extension. I think Mail Track is a Chrome extension too, right? Yeah. And mine's free, and you know, they have free like versions to sort of get you started, but then you can see if they're opening it, and then you know they're being received. Because for so long, I think that there was some sort of issue with our email. The domain is our website, but it's G Suite, and you can go through a process and verify it so that the deliverability is better. If you're sending directly through your email, then it matters that way. But then there's also like Prowly, you can send pitches through Prowly and see, you know, deliverability there. But that's like a minor thing. Like if you're really hearing nothing, but then you're also going through all the other places, you know, and so that's, hi, Sally. That's like part of it is, you know, that at least you're reaching out through a DM on LinkedIn or on, you know, another platform.
Kristen, I will say, like, my agencies is set up the same way as yours. Like, I have the Squarespace and then I have the G Suite, and like our domain is mcsocial.org. It could, and when this is something for me to look into, I guess, because I just thought about it. I wonder if it's like you said, Jen, about the build, like verifying, because you don't want it to go to their spam folder.
Oh, yeah.
Happening.
Yeah.
It might be, and that has happened with me, but there is a way through G Suite, you get like somebody at Google that will help you figure this out.
Yeah.
And they're really
yeah. So try that, because that's super frustrating. You just want to know, like, are they even getting it? So,
but I don't think it's your email. I don't think it's like the Gmail thing, because I've had, like, I get responses from my email and it's set up just like yours. But I would contact, you know, the G Suite, like if you have a rep or something through Squarespace, I would look into that and be like, hello, someone.
Okay, I will. It's a tough, that my client is, it's difficult to get her PR. I've been
so
working.
what, tell us about it. Yeah.
Jen, I emailed you about her. She, in full confidentiality, she is our, she's a honey expert, and she's our nation's only honey sommelier, and she's verified and
wow.
Did you guys get that? Did you get that?
Yeah, so a professionally trained and certified honey sommelier. She's the only one in the United States.
Wow.
She is the only docent allowed to teach these Italian classes in the United States. She is truly, like, pun intended, the queen bee. The woman is brilliant, and her training is as difficult to achieve the results of the certification as it is a wine sommelier. But people don't do it because it's very difficult to achieve certification. You have to go over to Italy in order to take these courses.
Okay.
So she's received her certification from 2015. She started our nation's only official honey school, the American Honey Tasting Society. And people can take courses from her to receive certification. There's 3 levels. It takes years to get these certifications. But the pitch, so she also has a honey company, mind you. She's a beekeeper. She's a veteran beekeeper of like 20 years. Her honey is sold in like Jean George's Tin Building, in his restaurants. Her honey's been picked up at it's still sold at Murray's Cheese around the nation. Like she is an artisanal luxury type of product, right? And she is phenomenally so brilliant and so smart. The woman can taste and smell different types of honeys and tell you exactly where it came from, how the terroir affects it. So I have even worked with a friend who's a journalist at the Washington Post, and he has helped me to craft like exceptional pitches, specifically designed, you know, for long lead food magazines, if you will. Or we'll talk about, you know, I'll do like a business angle, and we'll specifically target to these different, like, New York Times food or business stories, and we're getting nothing. Nothing. So that's why I don't have these contacts. I used to when I was at a national PR agency years ago. But since I've been living in Connecticut, more of my clients were focused locally. And then now I'm living in Phoenix, and I'm still working with clients on the East Coast. So this honey client is a national client, you know, international even. She teaches all over the world. And I think that people just don't get it. They're kind of like, well, why do we need a honey sommelier? Is my guess, right? Like, why? Like, why is it so
interesting?
Can I ask a question, Kristen?
Fascinating. Yes, please.
As soon as you started explaining it,
you
know, I can see it, right? Like I can sort of see, like, you know, a commercial or a video of the honey and all of that stuff. Do you have a promo video? Because, you know, if you can sort of tell that story in like 30 seconds, not, you know, if it's done very well, but the uniqueness of it, I don't think will come across in a message, right? Or even if I'm reading it, okay, great, whatever. But, you know, I'm listening to you here, and then I visualize it, right? So I sort of see a commercial. So, but you don't have to go and get you know, pay $1 million and get a studio. Is there a 30-second promo video that can be shot very nicely?
Yeah, let's a good question and a very good point. She does have a 2 short videos that are on her website on YouTube, and they are they're promoting her class as far as like the participants and what they're learning. And she only teaches this course once or twice a year. She's hired me to get her stories about her being a honey expert. And
for what purpose though? To promote
what's in it for everybody else? What's
for what
in it
purpose
for
is not to even sell honey, not to even promote her honey brand, right? The purpose is to gain notoriety for her expertise in honey and for being the
But
queen
that
bee
is
of
a
honey.
hook. That is a major hook. I mean, if she's the only one that does this, artisanal, all of these other buzzwords, it is attention getting. But again, maybe visually and not so much focusing on the class.
Yeah, I think you got to kind of steer away from the class
I think
because then it feels a little salesy. Are you okay, Gina?
Yeah,
It feels a little salesy.
It's
I
more.
will say, I don't know, sorry to interrupt you, but I have noticed this and I read up on it. I've read it on Prowley blogs, like all over. I don't know if you're doing this, but if you're including links from YouTube, anything that has a link will usually get like blocked or like sent to a spam folder sometimes. That's happened to me before. And because I sent it to my friend one time as a test, and I sent a link that I was going to potentially send to like a journalist. And I texted her and I was like, hey, did you get that? And it was like 10 minutes after. She was like, no. And I was like, check your spam. And it went to her spam folder.
Ugh.
So all of her pictures have links in them. Links to not YouTube, but to like Dropbox for images.
Okay. See, Dropbox, I've never had problem with, but if it's like an internet link, like
to another website or like a not an unknown thing.
When
like what about
drive them
YouTube?
away from the platforms like LinkedIn is notorious. If
Yeah, but that's not a pitch like in an email, you know. I know what you're saying. Like if you link somewhere in a post outside of the platform.
Hide you. Yeah.
Oh, somebody's trying to. Oh, Miranda's logging.
Kristen,
can you guys hear me?
Wait, who's that? Is that Sally?
Yeah, it's me. I'm just blocked my face because I'm in the car and it looks creepy. The thing I'm worried about or that I'm wondering about is like, I love honey. I eat it every day, but like, what's in it for me? Why should I care? I mean, it feels like it's either going to be really for like Rob Report or something. There has to be a bigger reason that the average reader is going to be suddenly really excited about, and I'm not hearing it.
So Kristen, what are some angles in that regard? Because I know you've done it.
So for 2 angles right off the bat. One is
so clear.
I'm muting you, Sally. Go ahead.
So one of which is learning about the different flavor profiles of honey and the ways that it can accentuate everything we eat. So there's certain types of foods like cheeses and accoutrements will pair very, very well with certain honeys and bring out flavors, much like a wine tasting, flavors that you never otherwise get, right? So you have the flavor profile. The other one is that, I just lost my train of thought. It's my ADD and my creativity mind.
Totally get it. Trust.
And I've got kids saying, Mom, the beeper's going off. Like,
what beeper?
The timer in the kitchen. They're good.
Oh, wait, what about, did we talk about bees at all? And
well, we did talk about bees. We've talked about like seasonal aspects. We talked about sustainability. The other angle I have also addressed was honey fraud in the United States. What consumers don't realize is that
with Manuka and like quality
that we're buying in that little plastic bear or over at, you know, Stop and Shop or Bash's or Safeway or Fry's, that's not even real honey. It comes from China. It's mixed with
syrup.
It's syrup and it's like cornstarch and it's water and it's cut from 3 different countries, packaged beautifully, and it's not regulated. Even if it's
like olive oil. Yeah.
Wait, Kelly. Wait, hold on. Kelly raised her hand. She's got some thoughts. Let's hear her, Kelly.
So I'm just coming at this from like a farm perspective, right? So an ag perspective, right? And so you talking about like the bees and things like this, like I get so many emails on a monthly basis from the Farm Bureau. And so I live in Iowa. So Iowa State Extension, like they call them the extension service, but they hire and employ all of pretty much anybody in ag who's considered like an expert. So your agronomist, you know, all those type of people, they're all like in one area. And they send out emails like this on a like weekly basis. And it's like, hey, we're going to have a class that talks about this. Or did you know, like one of them I got yesterday was like, did you know something about like cover crops and stuff like this? And so I wonder, as a totally different angle, I mean, it's not going to hit like the luxury side of things, but if you went and contacted some of these extension services, because every state has one, you know, specific to ag, and said, hey, can we talk, like, you know, maybe you could have something that they would send out that would be specific to her knowledge about bees, that could then lead into, you know, maybe like a speaking opportunity, you know, because I could totally see some of these big, oh my God, like the Iowa pork producers have so freaking much money, and they do these big gala like balls and everything, to bring somebody in there like that and have this be something where like, we're going to teach you how to pair this with this, you know, and here's this national or, you know, international expert. So that is very niche, but I wonder if you went after the ag industry and really kind of focused in on the bee specific side of it.
That's a great idea.
I have a quick thought, and then we'll go Donna and Lauren. My quick thought is like, because I'm always looking for timely, relevant, topical, you know, how can she use her expertise to share how to incorporate honey into like a wellness practice? What are the benefits? How do you find the best honey that's going to actually enhance your wellness efforts? Like, you know, I mean, I take Manuka honey every day. Like it's delicious, and I eat a spoonful, and I don't know if it does anything, but like I love it. And when I was recently sick and I was taking those Weatherspoons honey cough drops, they like really helped me. I was coughing all night until I started taking them, and it sort of soothed. But there's like timely relevant around honey being incorporated into a wellness practice. But from her perspective, you know, she's a sommelier, but it's hard to like look at that expertise beyond like what's in it for the end user, you know, like do they know how to identify notes of raspberry and, you know, lavender and all that, you know, like
right, why is it important, right? Like why
exactly,
why is it
but
important?
She could be like, you know, attributed to her expertise as a, you know, sommelier. And I watched the movie Somm. Did you watch that? Yes. Yeah. It's really good. So if anybody hasn't seen it, Somm, it's about these like 4 guys that are going after their wine sommelier certification, like the top of the top, like what is it called? Like a master sommelier or something. And it's very, very hard to get, but exactly how you described with like identifying regions and notes and year, it's like insane. So I get that level of certification is a huge deal, and being the only one in the United States. But, you know, again, like Sally said, what is the end person going to get out of it? And it's like new year, new you kind of thing. I mean, it's like a cheap angle, but people might not know how honey can benefit their wellness. Donna, what were your thoughts on that?
So where I live about an hour north of the city in Bedford, New York. And there's a lot of celebrities around here, rich people, all the hedge fund people. I'm in my little other side of the tracks in a condo, but like I can see Rob Thomas's castle from my house.
Oh my God, from Matchbox 20?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's like my client. She's in Weston, Connecticut, and her neighbor's Martha Stewart. Like,
Martha Stewart lives there. Yeah, Martha Stewart likes the really slimy Mexican restaurant in town.
Oh, I know.
Anyway, these people would want this because they all have their own hives. So they would want to cultivate their hives to, create whatever kind of honey it is. So like, like what are the magazines that these people are reading? Where are they looking for, somebody to come to their house to cook? Like
Well, that's
things.
yes, that's what she wants, you guys. She wants opportunities for in-house curated guided tastings, which
demonstrations.
This is the hood.
Yeah, that's a great angle. I connected her with, I'm the owner of Eaton, Connecticut. It's a large Instagram account, and we've connected her with multiple restaurants, big restaurant owners to go in and do honey tasting and pairing dinners. So it's like those kind of things she wants to do more of, not just with restaurants, but
Here's
more
what
with
I would say. Get Martha Stewart excited about this.
I know, you guys, I can't get anybody there. I am telling you, like, I need to go through my mail tracker first thing tomorrow.
Yeah. And
this is like all like
right up her alley.
One of the reasons I moved here was because of the public schools. The public schools are incredible.
I know.
And if there was ever an issue, like a finance issue with the school, there was a dinner party with a handful of people, and there was never a problem with the schools anymore. There's
how it is here.
A ton of money, and they spend it and have people come to their homes. They're living in castles. I mean, the streets here, the streets are unpaved with speed bumps in them because they don't want anybody driving down the street.
I get it.
Don't come here. Do not come here. You are not welcome.
Kristen, if you want to brainstorm, reach out to me, and
that's awesome.
I'll think of maybe ways I can help you get into that.
Thank you guys so much.
Circle.
I appreciate you all.
Oh, look at this. Look what Tia posted here. USA Today. What is an oyster sommelier? Who friggin' knew? So gross. I would never, that's like my nightmare job. Lauren,
whoever's writing about that would want to write about this too.
Exactly. That's USA Today. That's super mainstream, right? Lauren, and then, where'd you go? Oh, you popped off my screen. And then we'll go Nikki. I love this. This is like super cool. This is an example of like what we do on our calls, by the way, like our coaching calls. They're so good.
I mean, everybody pretty much said like kind of what I was going to say, but I'm very big, like what Jen is about timeliness. And so many times clients, we get a lot of celebrity clients and they're like, we want the best, and sometimes it's like, okay, we've got to position them a certain way to get the press that we know that we can get them. So like food and wine pairings, like what kind of Valentine's Day cocktails can she make with honey in them that have an aphrodisiac kind of feel? That's a great lifestyle pitch.
Maybe she could even create the recipe and you pitch it out.
Exactly. Like her actually creating the recipe.
Photograph it,
pitch it out.
It's a great idea.
And that's a great lifestyle TV pitch. I specialize in broadcast. Like that's a great lifestyle pitch that, a Today Show or GMA would probably eat right up. Especially with her expertise.
Drink right up,
Drink right up, right? Get Hoda and Jenna in on that, and they would love it.
Forget it.
I've tried Today Show, and I've had a good contact there for the 10 a.m. news hour. Nothing. Like they will not buy.
You have to pitch. I was just on GMA 2 days ago with a client. You just have to pitch, harass them. I mean, I was a regular on the Today Show for 8 years. And they ignore my emails, and I'm friends with them. So like, don't take it personal. They're understaffed by about 15 producers right now. So you literally just have to harass the heck out of them and just keep on doing it and coming up with different angles and different pitches that are relevant and timely. And just pitching her expertise isn't going to get you anywhere, because it's like, when you were explaining her, it was like all these great things that she is. And it's like, that's great, but can I drink it? Can I eat it?
Can I make it?
About it? Can I make it? Like, bring it to life for me.
Yeah,
in my mouth.
In my mouth. That's what he said. I totally agree with that. That's great advice. We had a client on the Today Show that was like a party planning expert, and they were like, big friggin' deal. But then when the Today Show, or when NBC was hosting the Kentucky Derby, we had the party planning expert on. They all had big hats. They had a table set up with like Derby party ideas and how to make a mint julep popsicle and very visual. And it was really about like what's in it for the audience. Like they wanted to get the audience to watch the Derby, which is literally like a minute, 2 minutes max. Yeah. And you're having a whole party for it. But they had like cool mint julep things, and it was very like visual, tactile, tangible, like all of that. So very good advice. And I would love to try a honey type cocktail. Like I would totally be into that.
Right?
Nikki,
Like,
sorry. I just
no, go ahead.
Nick, I mean, these are great ideas. Like this is all really, really good. Nikki, what were your thoughts?
Well, so I've mentioned my cocktail industry client that I work with, and that is an industry I want. That's my goal for this year, is to really strictly stick with like grow into the food and beverage and hospitality industry because I love it. And when you were talking about the honey, like my mind, kind of what they've all said, really, like Lauren and Donna and Jen, it's just like my mind went immediately to, well, first, living in the South, we have bees everywhere. A lot of people, like even in my hometown, you can buy local honey from local farmers. Really cool. And a few like magazines came to mind that I think would really like do a whole story on this, on your client. So look into like I thought of immediately Southern Living. Yeah. All day. They would eat this up. I feel like they would love it.
They should eat this up. I've been pitching. They should eat this up.
Yeah.
Yes, they should. And then Garden and Gun, that would be
try that.
I love Garden and Gun. I have they have covered my clients, my PR clients online. Every time I send them a recipe and a story, they put it out on their website.
Are you saying Garden and Gun?
Yes, Garden and Gun. It's a Southeast regional.
This is so Southern.
It is. So Garden and Gun is actually a pretty large like magazine in the Southeast region of the United States. Specifically like in the Carolinas, in Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi. I love it. It's great. So look into that because they would love that. And then too, like talking about, I think about for like Southern Living magazine and like the Garden and Gun aspect. And have you watched that show on Netflix of the bartender competition?
No.
Okay. There's a bartender competition on Netflix, and they have these judges. I cannot remember their names, but they're really like top tier mixologists. And if you would research them and see, because like Jen was saying, like the cocktail, I feel like that would be an industry to kind of cross paths with, because it's like, I think I like gin. I love gin. And I like making a bee's knees at home. Well, to make a bee's knees, you have to make it with honey. You have to make a honey syrup. So it's like
Drink Masters.
Drink Masters, that's what it's called. And if I found out that to enhance my drink of this bee's knees and to enhance the botanicals of the gin in this cocktail with a specific honey, I would buy it in a heartbeat.
Right.
Like, so that's kind of like where my mind went.
Yeah.
And I'm going to revisit. I've done a lot of these pitches because I've been working with her for a year. So what I want to do now is kind of go back to the pitches that I had. Every angle we've talked about, I literally have pitched. So now I have to go back and just take a look at what I sent out, how I can make it better, how it's relevant to now, right? Like there's a more relevant angle, and just keep pushing. So
especially with spring coming up, like April, May is really close. Yeah. And so that's my mind immediately, especially like again in the South, I think bees, springtime, April, May, summertime, June, that kind of thing.
Thank you all. I appreciate you.
How does it feel? Who said that?
Me.
Donna.
Oh, before that, I want to hear that. I mean, these ideas are awesome, but I want to know, how does it feel, Kristen, to like know that you've been on the right path and that the ideas that you've had are what the group is coming up with and how we would approach it? Like sometimes I feel like even if you're not hearing anything new, there's a lot of validation in knowing that you're doing things the way, that other people would be thinking about it as well. And that, you're not like going down the wrong path.
You're exactly right, Jen. And it's twofold, right? It's validation in that it does help kind of lift me up right now, because I have gone down this road so many times, and to not get a response, it's just after even follow up messages, like crickets. I know that it sucks, and it makes you question your career, quite honestly. Like,
it really does.
And I'm like, what am I doing?
We got it.
For 15 years, and I have a tricky client that's very niche market that I can reach so many different audiences if I do it the right way.
Yeah.
So I'm invigorated now to go back and to try again. And so at the same time, it's frustrating though, because I'm like, gosh, I've been there and I've done that, but I'll do it again and I'll revamp it, make it better.
Just keep knocking. The worst I can say is no.
No, exactly.
God,
well, we have
that only means not now.
We have two more. So Donna has another idea, and then I know Sally wants to say something too. So Donna,
mocktails are like a big deal now, and my friend just started a pop-up mocktail bar, and all of the stuff is like really high end. It's expensive and it's beautifully bottled, and she's doing these pop-up events all over Vermont, and that honey would go right along with it.
Mocktails are huge.
Mm.
That's a good point. That's a good idea.
Thank you.
And then also Icy had an idea about like a career pivot or something that, you know, like her backstory. How did she, you know, maybe there's some way that people could learn a lesson through her transition. There's something here. You're laughing.
I'm dying. Icy, I swear to God, we need to grab a drink virtually. You guys,
no, seriously, shoot me an email. And I say that because like whenever I've had a client where it felt like nothing was sticking, that founder story really is always the most random niche detail about them sometimes.
Totally. You guys, she was in New York City.
I know you probably tried it before.
Wait, what was she?
So Marina was a former international designer and based out of Brooklyn. Years, all in her 20s and 30s. 2011 happens, 2001, excuse me, 9/11, and she booked it and got out of there and went to Weston and restarted her life. And she kept her job remotely, going over to China for an international design company. Okay. She met her neighbor next door who had an apiary, had her first taste of honey right off the hive, and it forever changed her life. She quit her career a week later. She bought her first hive, developed into 10 hives within that year. And then she started her honey company 2 years later. Wow. And from that, being a designer, an artist, a veteran beekeeper now, to now our nation's only honey sommelier. Like, her career is fascinating.
So cool.
And she's such a good person. I'm like, she's like the best.
You like really like care. You want to do a good.
3 books. She has her 4th book coming out this September. Like, so much better press. And she's been highlighted though. I got to tell you, I've got her Forbes. I've gotten her Business Insider. She's been in the Washington Post. She's been.
This is great. Why do you feel like you're getting crickets?
Well, because I've been working there for a year and I've really only gotten 2 big hits. Like, I just know she deserves more. Her story is so unique. She's the only person doing this. Like, there's 300 varieties of honey in the US alone, and she can name all of them and taste all of them.
It's crazy. Yeah.
It's crazy.
The level of,
God,
I can't even tell. I mean, can you guys tell the difference? Probably Serena can. Good wine and bad. I mean, like, I know what I like and I know what I don't. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm a sommelier. I'm a wine snob. I got through half my sommelier certification. So
I'm a wine snob too. I feel you on that.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to be a sommelier.
Well, so Sally, okay, wait, Sally, can you hear me? Sally. She just popped back on. I don't know if she has sound yet. Sally, can you hear me? Sally. Ooh, Sally. Okay.
Okay,
can you hear me? Oh, here she is. Okay, you said you had something to say, and here you are. So
my question is, when you write these reporters, are you schmoozing them? Are you saying, hey, I read your article on such and such, and it really, touched me, and I did that, and you know, and because I did that, now something has happened in my life, or your article, you know, because you wrote about you know, this particular sommelier, I thought you would like mine. I mean, are you tying it in to something having to do with the reporter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's even more frustrating.
He's
So
doing all the things.
I appreciate you even
I just
saying that,
wanted
because
to make
so many people
sure.
don't.
Yeah. Well, not
Yeah.
pitch lab people, all pitch lab people do. So
Okay,
we know
well,
about it.
I just was curious, because I thought, you know, you got to rule something out. But I think the new pitch, tying it, the big question I has is like, what is in it for this woman? What does she want? Is she trying to sell more of her honey? Is she trying to become a speaker? I mean,
Yes.
what is her end game?
Her end game is that she would like to have more speaking opportunities, more opportunities to teach these courses, these honey sensory courses in her tasting barn. She built a fabulous barn in Weston that is like her tasting room.
So cool.
That could be a story within itself, just her barn.
Oh, she
You can
built
have
it by
it.
hand. The woman built it by hand
Wow.
with her husband. I'm like, you guys, the stories are endless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so visual too. You could get a news crew, a local news crew in there to
Yes.
like have an experience and show. She could have it so visually set up and show what a tasting is like, what to look for. Like it's so visual, like it's perfect.
It is.
She
And
should
Yeah,
invite
and
Martha
then
Stewart.
she is. She's perfect.
She just totally did a thing in her barn, like did a, like my
Martha?
father is 101, and I got like 50,000 views of him just dancing like this with a newspaper. I mean, if she was just to show herself in a pretty dress, going through her parts of her day, talking to her bees, going through that thing and saying, here's where I have my class and here's what I'm going to do. I mean, people be in droves. She has to do something to help out. I think that's just my opinion.
She has her Instagram where she's very good about posting. If you guys look at her Instagram, it's Honey Sommelier, and she is on it. She's good with like the different angles, the seasons. I mean, she's so intelligent and so well spoken too. Like there is no reason why I should not be getting more press for her. We do have an article that's lined up in Savor, because Savor is returning finally, right? Print. And so I'm excited for that, but that won't come out until like September. So I have to be careful with what other food publications I pitch, because I don't want to scoop their story, right? The same time. So
Yeah. Wait, somebody had, Tia, what you got? Can you talk right now? Tia. Oh, I could tell.
I'm sorry. I'm here.
Nikki, I could tell your dog was a puppy. The way that your dog is harassing you to play with a toy, that is so puppy.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah, she's 11 months old. And I have a 10-year-old in the corner, the dog. She's
so cute. Okay, Tia, what you got?
No, I heard Sally ask, hey, have she smoothed the reporters and everything, and I was gonna say, like, you know, I understand what it's like not to get people to answer. So one of the things that I do is try to use like a public social media page. I know a lot of people got off of Twitter once Elon took over and everything, but if I see they're active on there, I'll just shoot them. I'm like, hey, I sent you an email from my PR agency. Would you happen to get it? Or I've done it like on LinkedIn, and I haven't done it on Instagram, but I'm not above it. You know, I try to where I see that they're the most. Where I see they're active, I'll try to see if they're active, and then I'll like kind of shoot a message that way. And even if it's public, and then I've had responses back from that. They're like, "Oh no, can you send it again?" Or, you know, or like, you know, where did it come from? You know, and I'm able to engage that way because
They look for it.
Yeah, we're professional stalkers, so I just
that's what she said in the comments that she describes her job as professional stalker. Yes, totally agree. And also, hi Samantha, you like just kind of dipped in here. It's so nice to have you on.
Hi, glad to be back. It's been a while.
It has been a minute. I know. I'm happy that you're here. Welcome. Happy New Year. Nikki, what you got?
Okay, so I have my cocktail client that I've been talking about. They contacted me. Well, the marketing manager contacted me a few days ago, and they have informed me. So they started doing last year, a Black History Month pop-up event. They started this last February, and it was a big hit locally, and they want to do it again, but this time they're not having like last year. They had like some affiliates along, like the Evan Williams, I think that's the name of the bourbon that they partnered with. They had like the Evan Williams sales rep partnered with, but this year it's just specifically the cocktail bar um hosting this um Black History Month appreciation pop-up events at both of their locations. And this year they're doing it a little different. So they're creating the menu. So they're having their Black mixologists and bartenders create specific cocktails that pay homage to some of the Black mixologists and bartenders that paved the way for the cocktail industry. And to me, it's a great story, and I'm here for it. Like, I love it. I think locally it's going to do great, but I also want to pitch it to like some state media outlets. Do you guys think that's worth, like, I think it is. Like, I think it's a really cool concept. I haven't heard of any bars in my area or even like an hour or two away, like doing anything like this. So I want to hear you guys like input on. I haven't
heard of anything like that either.
Yeah, it's different, and it's, it's unique, and I think it's an awesome way to like, and they're also this year, the operations manager, that's one of my good friends, he's looking at a Black owned nonprofit that's statewide, so they can donate proceeds of the cocktail sales on the day of the events to the nonprofit.
Have they picked it yet or no?
No. I'm saying on my friend about that. I'm like,
and it's a one day pop-up?
No, it's two. So they have two locations. One, the Tuscaloosa location is happening on the 19th. And then the second pop-up is the 26th in Auburn, Alabama. So
yeah, it is during that's next month, November. I mean, February, sorry.
Yes, during Black History Month. So yes, it's during Black History Month. So that's like, I feel like, and I've got to do my research as far as like, I want to pitch it to journalists that are specifically talking about stories for Black history. And I think, definitely statewide. I feel like I could even get them some regional coverage on it if I like angle it right. So I just want to hear y'all's feedback about it. That makes sense?
Yes. Anybody this is like a TV thing, I think, like, because it's also, visual with the locations they could go and film. If they're creating specific cocktails, that are curated for the 2-day pop-up, and the mixologists can be on camera showing that, and what they're doing and why. But this is like definitely outside of my wheelhouse. Do any of you guys have any experience with getting people in store for brick and mortar event that's limited, or any thoughts specifically around promoting?
Nikki, is it a competition, a cocktail competition?
No, so it's just like an event, like having them, they're going to be serving the cocktails for 2 weeks, or the last half of February. But those 2 days specifically is the day that they're going to donate the proceeds of the sales to the nonprofit. Right. So that's kind of like the push for attending that event. And I was like, well, is there anything special going on? Are you going to have like a DJ, or are you going to have anything else going on? They're like, no. I was like, okay.
It's not like a party or like something that's a draw.
Right. Yeah. Right.
I have a lot of restaurants done stuff like this in different months, and really the only thing we've been able to get is like a roundup of different things happening throughout the month.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Oh wait, I see. Was that you? You just muted.
Yes, somebody else chimed in, so I muted because I didn't. I feel like there's a delay, so I don't want to unintentionally cut anyone off.
No, you're good. Let's hear.
I thought I heard someone else chime in.
No, what do you have a thought around this? I was going to ask you because I know this is kind of like events and TV, like this is your expertise. So,
in the black part, but
and the purple
but
hair.
No,
but you know, you're the
no,
if I were going to try to get someone on TV, I would ask you, like, how do I do this? So,
well, no, for sure, but no, that's part of the reason I wanted to chime in specifically was the Black History Month piece.
Yeah,
I think will be the newsworthy angle because, like, across every industry, print, broadcast, that's like major to the point where like people are still rushing looking to lock things in. I think the nonprofit piece is probably going to be your selling point, and so once they decide which nonprofit they want to benefit from this event, I think the best approach would be, you know, highlighting what the nonprofit does, who they serve, the communities that benefit from the work that they do, but then also, and then like these are the people that are doing it. Like kind of use the nonprofit to open the conversation and then introduce the event after that, if that makes sense. And the reason being is because sometimes like events can be a hard selling point. I think the community based portion of it is really what's going to drive interest, particularly for the area as well. Like I think there's going to be a lot of people really wanting to highlight Black History Month in different organizations.
Yeah, so the operations manager, I've said before that he's my friend and he's a Black male and he is the one that really like wanted to do this. And he's like, there's from him being in the industry, specifically like a mixologist and a bartender, he was talking to me about and educating me on it. And he's like, there's a huge disconnect of, you know, the Black demographic being mixologists and bartenders. And he talks about it from that way of like, you know, I'm in here, I'm wanting to diversify and bring awareness to this. And he's like, I want to highlight the Black mixologists and bartenders that we've hired at both of our locations of how talented they are and what they can do and, you know, really tell their story and show their talents. So that was another, I was thinking about
something else that could be really,
go ahead.
I'm so sorry. It's the delay on my computer.
Oh, you're fine.
I'm so sorry.
No, go
you're
ahead.
fine, Icy.
I was gonna add in. So with your pitches, I think a really important piece to touch on in the angles is how Black mixologists, bartenders are being ethically responsible at work, because a big conversation piece within the Black community also is the overconsumption of alcohol. So I think it would be a really good angle to also tie in how having people of the community in that space, monitoring the pour, monitoring the consumption, also adds for a safer, healthier experience. I think like Roland Martin would love this topic on his platform. For sure, since it's a Black male founder. The Quintessential Gentleman, that's a digital print platform that has a really large viewership of Black men.
Amazing.
Who else? Who else do I think?
Maybe you guys
Quintessential Gentleman, Roland Martin. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I'll drop my contact information because I have ideas.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's Roland.
I have one too. The
Sally.
big thing I've noticed is I just discovered I was pre-diabetic and I'm not, you know, overweight. And my girlfriend, my best friend since like high school, she's like rail thin and discovered she's diabetic, pre-diabetic too. And I know, having had a Black sister-in-law and a niece and everyone, that diabetes runs in Black and brown communities. So also, if you did non-alcoholic drinks, you know, those drinks would be great, and anything that also possibly might limit sugar spikes, you know, like maybe eating something with the drink so that you don't have a sugar spike. I find that really helps me. If I have sugar and I have something else with it, I don't get as hard of a spike. So just one of those things, I mean, you know, to consider also, so that the community feels really seen, you know, that you're addressing all their health you know, and it's becoming all of our health issues, but that, you know, that they feel that you can, this is a way you can indulge without getting it too bad or whatever. It's just, I'm not know if I'm wording it right, but I'm
Yeah,
trying
no,
to
definitely makes sense.
No, and I definitely think, you know, with it being, I like that session. That's the name of the bar, Session Cocktails. And I like that they're doing this because just the history of the South and Tuscaloosa and all that. It's just, you know, they're doing something different and they're standing out, and I'm here for it. I love it. And they're like having a celebration and an event specifically for Black History Month. And there are no other businesses in Tuscaloosa that have done this. Like,
yeah.
Not, I don't even think in Birmingham, not that I know of.
I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm really like happy that they, you know, reached out to me and asked me to pitch it. So, thank you guys for your insight, and I'll be emailing you for you to send me those few contacts that you mentioned, because I think that would be very beneficial to me. So I appreciate it.
Awesome. Yeah. She gave her contact information in the comments, in the chat, so you can connect. Yeah, and I was also thinking, there's another member of our community, Lindsay Walker.
Okay.
She, I know she has a spirits company that she just has extensive experience. Well, first of all, in PR, she's just like really awesome and connected. But I know that she has gotten very creative about pitching a spirits company.
I need to talk to her again because that's the direction I really want to go. I want to get more into like the spirits aspect of it too.
She's awesome. She's awesome. She has her own, you know, agency, and she has had a lot of success with this one client, and then also decided that's the path she wants to go down. So it's Lindsay Walker, and just reach out and say Jen mentioned on a call that this is your area of expertise, and I just wanted to run it by you and chat. But she's great and super helpful, and I think she just launched a podcast. Maybe there's something on there that might be worth. I honestly haven't listened to it, but maybe she talks a bit about how she moved into that niche. And then, and Laura Badish. Oh, that's right. I haven't, she has been in the PR space for forever, and she's super, super helpful. So reach out to her. She's in our community. So you'll find her on Powerhouse Pros.
Thank you guys so much. This is why I love this group and community. It's great.
I know, the best, you guys. Like, how awesome is everybody? It's so helpful. Like, this doesn't exist. Like, people are assholes that are usually in this world, like, not helpful and like very secretive and very like, my secrets. Like,
I don't like when people are like that. I'm like, we're all trying to achieve the same thing for all of our clients. Why not help one another?
Yes. Like, how can we all help each other? So I am always just blown away by the, no gatekeeping. Exactly. Like hot girl, what is it? Like hot girls don't gatekeep, like hot PR pros, we don't gatekeep. So, and Kristen, I know that it's so draining, and it feels just like, and it feels like a reflection on you, and it's not. It's the state of the media. We're all experiencing it. Breakthroughs happen, you know, placements happen. You'll find something that just clicks and resonates, and it's the follow-up, it's the, you know, stalking. I mean, I will tell you, Tia is a world-class stalker. Like, someone will mention, like, yeah, I think we'll cover this. She will hunt them down for a freaking year and does not give up. And she gets it. She's just like, okay,
thank you.
So it is real. So yeah. Okay, Samantha, what you got?
Hello.
Hi.
So, hi. I'm so glad to be back. So I am working with a nonprofit client that is a children's heart organization, and I worked with them last year, and they do a series of heart walks like all over the country, and we were really hoping to get them something national, but I don't know what we were missing with that. So fortunately, they retained us for this year because we were able to get a lot of local placements in several different markets. So they were appreciative of that. But this year, I definitely want to think of ways to like take it up a notch and really position them nationally. So last year was kind of a last minute situation. So this year we have some more lead time. So just was thinking about, you know, if that's something I've never done national for a nonprofit before. So just thinking about, you know, is that something that they would do, or is it just like, okay, every nonprofit does events, not a big deal?
Kelly?
Tell us more about the event.
Yeah, we need to know more about the event.
Oh
And
yeah. So it's a Children's Heart organization. So they basically talk about children who experience heart defects. So and children who have really rare forms of heart disease that are suffering from things that are incurable. So you can't really like if you're born with a heart condition, it kind of stays with you. And so they actually fund research for children's heart defects, and they do heart walks all over the country. So they bring out like families, kids, people who are, some people have lost children, unfortunately, then some people are still surviving. There are some people who you have grown up, you know, and successfully, like even with the heart condition, and their kids now, you know, may have a heart condition. So it's kind of like a community bonding type of experience and support and fundraiser. And so they, you know, it's bonding. They come out, they walk, they raise funds, and they support awareness for children's heart defects.
Kelly, yeah.
Yeah, so I do I'm sorry, I guess he's 4 now. My 4-year-old is having a conversation with Super Mario in the corner, so I apologize.
As one does, yes.
We actually do quite a bit of corporate PR work in the nonprofit space. So I would stay completely away from the research side of it, and I would stay away.
Why? Can you say why?
Okay, so we had in for one of my corporate clients, they are a social crowdfunding, very similar to GoFundMe, kind of the number 2 next to GoFundMe. And we had a cancer research organization come to us and say, oh, we need you, you know, we need to raise like $150,000. And we need to tell people that unless we raise $150,000, we're going to shut down these cancer research labs, even though we're not going to. And I'm like, that is so icky. It's just icky. You have people,
wow.
I mean, look right now. So just like, look at, I know people say that people say the economy is okay, but people are not okay, right? And so there's so many people who are struggling to put food on the table and pay their bills, you know, stuff like that. So when you're going out and you know, asking people to raise money for things that like, hey, give me, you know, $50 for cancer research or heart research or whatever, and people are like, okay, I can give you $50 for
where's it going?
Cancer research. Is it actually going to where I think it's going, or is it going to pad somebody's Mercedes? And am I giving you $50 out of my grocery budget? And then like, I'm going to be hungry and eating ramen for a month, you know? So I think it's not hitting well right now. So what I've had a lot of success with though, is go in and find the families that are willing to tell their story and are willing to talk about how they've been affected. Those are the stories that people love. People love the story of, you know, like the little kid who, you know, was so affected by all these things, or the family who says, you know, like, in my head, I'm thinking St. Jude's, but that is way over the top. But, you know, go with those kind of stories, because those are things that the media are going to pick up too. And then you also then have the story of, and I don't specifically know, like in this instance, but like in my client's case, we had national media pickup, and then we had statewide pickup for each one of the individuals that we told their stories. So we had somebody in Detroit, Michigan, and then we had another person in Florida. And so we were able to get local and statewide media in those areas too. So it's kind of like a tiered, you know, pitch approach. So that's what worked for me, especially in that nonprofit space. But I just from my experiences in the last 6 months, I would stay away from trying to pitch the research side of it, just because most of the people who typically donate to those just don't have the money right now.
Right. That makes
Wait,
sense.
I see you had a question, a thought on this, or like a separate question?
No, a thought on this. I kind of wanted to piggyback on what Kelly said when she mentioned, families, children affected by these different heart diseases, those heartfelt stories. But also, I wanted to ask you, Samantha, who would be front facing from the nonprofit, because that is helpful in knowing like what national outlets you can pitch. Like, for example, if there's someone on the board that is in the medical space, that is a doctor, that is an expert,
Yeah.
that can speak to people affected, early diagnosis. I feel like that's a good way to position health-related nonprofits for national news, because they're always looking for an expert to educate, talk about the people that are critically impacted and how people may not realize they're impacted. Also, the conversation around life expectancy has been a thing. And so I feel like a lot of times there aren't a lot of segments about things impacting children.
Yeah.
I think that could be a good angle for national news, because there's always a health segment on most major shows. And
Right.
so if there's someone with the knowledge that is a doctor, or
American
like Kelly
Heart
said,
Month.
from a family that has been going through treatments, I think that you could position them to like appear to speak on it, and then also mention any upcoming events you may have, because I feel like to get that compassion and people to care about the mission of the organization, they have to understand who's impacted first.
Right.
So.
Right.
I'm sure you know this, Kelly mentioned it. American Heart Month is next month.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. And Donna has something to say, but also knew about Heart Month, and I did not. So that was like great to know. It's right there for short lead. Donna, what do you want to add?
I have AFib, so all the heart stuff is close to home. But my son's father died of a brain tumor when my son was 9 years old. And we were involved with this organization called Voices Against Brain Cancer. And he became the first child ambassador for the organization. And he would go to board meetings, and like he had all these photo ops. I have a picture right here with him and Tony Danza. And but he was in all kinds of media because he was like the child spokesperson for the organization. But there was like a spokesperson for different parts of it. So there was like the medical one, and then there was a fundraising person, and then there was an event person. There was caregiving was covered. They did a lot of work around caregiving, which often falls through the cracks. And Chrissy's gone now, but one of her clients has a book about caregiving.
And reach out to her.
Yeah, so there's like these different angles that like sometimes don't get represented, and those are good to go after, like the people around. I would look like one of the things that would be a good thing to look at is like Gilda's Club, because they do a really good job with PR, and they position it well around fundraising.
And what was that again?
Gilda's Club.
Gilda's Club. It's
okay.
Gilda Radner.
Gilda Radner.
Yeah, it's a different illness, but they do a really good job around visibility and fundraising and kind of tying it all together in a way that works.
You can just follow their roadmap essentially and see how they're promoting and who they're, leveraging in terms of spokespeople.
And the media that they're getting,
Yeah.
It
shows who might be interested and what the angles are that are resonating.
It doesn't need to be.
There's so much action right now, by the way. Oh my God. Hi. Welcome. We got Violet. We got Tess. We got a redheaded, adorable little cutie pie. Hi. And I wanted to say, do you, Samantha, know how to get in touch with Chrissy Bernal, who was on the call and then left? That's who she's talking about. I just want to make sure you know who to reach out to.
No, I don't. I'll have to look for her in the group.
Yeah, Chrissy, she's super helpful and would be so happy to, share whatever expertise she can.
And her client is Lynn Abate Johnson.
Can you type it in the chat?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, Violet, welcome. And there's Tess. It's been a minute. How are you? It's like we have all these people coming back. I love it. Well, you know my contact information. Everyone knows where I am. So share in the comments. And Sally, well, so first I just want to say that this call veered a bit into more of like an example of what our coaching calls are like. We typically just talk shit on these calls, like complain about clients. Oh, sorry about my potty mouth, Kelly. I'm so sorry. We like commiserate, you know.
You're all good.
Okay. Okay. We usually are like letting loose, but you're getting a taste of how freaking good our calls are. That's Powerhouse Plus. We just had our call, and I'm trying to think, besides Serena, who Sally was on it, Serena was on it. They're really, really good. And so that's where we workshop stuff going on with clients and with pitching the media. And, you know, but I love how much everyone contributes. It's just less about like unwinding, and now we're getting back into the nitty gritty. So nobody's unwinding when we're all thinking about the pitching, you know. So, but before I see you, Nikki, do you have a new question, or is it related to Sam's question?
Oh, it's not even a question. When you were talking about like talking shit, I had something to say because something happened with a business here in town that I wanted.
Wait, hold that thought, because let's chat. But I know Sally has been waiting to talk about her question, and then we'll get to Nikki, and we'll like do a quick run through and see if anybody else who jumped on has anything they want to share or talk through. But Sally, the floor is yours, and then we'll go Nikki. Okay.
All right, thanks. Hey, I'm just driving and I probably look freaky, so
You're fine.
I didn't
You're fine.
put it on.
We can hear you.
My dad is 101 years old. He's been writing children's books for the last 5 years, since he was 95. And
veteran.
And we just came out with a book late November called Oscar Goes to the Vet. And so I'm reaching out. I'm just contacting because I want to see who else I can reach out to. I've gotten a lot of great local press, and I'm reaching out to starting to reach out to more national press now that I have so much local press, and parts of the book are settling down. So I just wanted to get some ideas about that. The books are on sambakerbooks.com. I think they're really cute. They've been really well received. We're getting in schools, we're getting, in libraries, and I'm just wanting to get, national. And the bigger thing is too, I'm having trouble. My challenge has been that we haven't gotten the kinds of sales that I usually get from press. I mean, last year, I think we had like $4,000 worth of sales when I did press. This year we had $450 worth of sales, and we had giant press. I mean, half page, full page, all kinds of stuff. And I'm just trying to figure out what else I can do besides to recycle it and put it in newsletters, things
leverage.
To repurpose it. Yeah, to leverage it better. So, because I've gotten some like killer stories, really cute stories.
AARP, you guys, like really good.
Well, the veterans version of AARP, so not the main one, or that would have blown the wheels off. And I got a contact for People Magazine, which was really sweet. Yes. So I'm reaching out to them. And
Kelly's asking if you've tried partnership with national veterinarian associations, and I know she has. She's trying.
I just wrote them, sent them the book.
Yeah, great idea.
They should get it. They should get it probably Monday. So yes, and I.
Oh, Dolly! Ooh, Dolly! Let's hear, because Dolly is buying books, millions of dollars of books for kids. Icy, what are your like specific thoughts on getting to Dolly?
Yeah, so she has a list that you can join, and she sends free books to children, and they accept submissions whether you're from a major house or self-published. They're always looking like for new authors and stuff. But I've been told, I haven't seen this, but I've been told by someone that she's expanding from not only doing like children's books to like all ages.
All right. Well, I checked her thing out like a couple years ago, and it was all about Dolly. It was pretty much Dolly, Dolly, Dolly.
No, it's Dolly Parton's Imagination Library and partnership for children, and it's like you can register to get free books and build your own. They have that for Jewish people. It's called PJ Library, and you just get free books, and they send a book every month.
Yeah, but
so
that's I think, well, last time I checked, I'll double check. PJ Libraries, that's a whole different game. Our books are, 120-pound paper and 4-color ink, and
that's
each page has its own page. And PJ Libraries really inexpensive, and it's okay, but it's not, but I'll go recheck it. I think some of Dolly's stuff wanted them to be free, and we don't have the capacity to do much free at this moment. But I think that's a great idea. I'll recheck it and see.
I linked it here, so
thank you.
Yeah,
and then I was just trying to see if anybody had any good contacts, like schools or
well, we have Kelly has a contact at the main AARP that you can connect with.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, so you guys connect offline, and Kelly, thanks for offering to share that solid gold contact, because that is the the coveted placement, the AARP.
Yeah. Oh,
apparently my husband qualifies this year, which is like, what?
I know when I turned 50, I was like, I don't want to see that either. But they do have great publication. They have great articles. I mean, insanely good articles.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then Donna saying the real 50 over 50 interview women over 50. Oh, interesting.
Oh, I do. I would love the AARP.
Yeah, that's cool, Donna.
I want them to sponsor us.
Oh, yeah. So get Kelly, if you're open to sharing that with Donna as well. Sounds like it's a writer versus somebody but maybe it's a lead, like a weigh-in kind of thing.
Yeah, I would like them to write about us too. I have 87 women already on the platform.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's like enough with the 30 under 30. Like, of course, you're young, you have energy, the world is your oyster. Like, let's talk about the women over 50 that are doing good stuff. So, yeah, what do you got, Kristen? And then we got to go to Nikki.
Who's the publisher of the book?
AARP
is the publisher.
No, is there a publisher that's outside of
her dad's book?
Oh, no, it's self-published. Sam Baker is her dad's name.
Okay.
And it's self-published, and I put a link, sambakerbooks.com. Actually, it didn't link out, but let me do it right now.
Here it is. Okay, thank you. I'll see who else I can tap into as well, and I'll send you a message, because my client's also launching another book in September, so I'll be going on the same road.
Yeah, reach out. She's working really hard for her dad, and he is the cutest, sweetest, and
101. Like, that's incredible right there.
Yeah, and he's like got energy, and he's brilliant, also like legitimately brilliant IQ, and just has a lot to contribute to the world, and he's not stopping. So it's incredible. Yeah, you guys connect, make sure everybody connects offline. Nikki, we'll kind of wrap up with you, because honestly, I have to go pee-pee.
Well, this is kind of
thank you.
A crazy situation. And I can't believe this happened. So last year, when I got my cocktail client featured on Garden and Guns website, that's like, again, big thing in the Southeast. People were talking about all over Tuscaloosa. Word traveled from all the restaurant owners, like, oh my gosh, Session got in Garden and Gun. Oh, amazing. And then the owner was like, oh yeah, our PR rep, Nikki Taylor, founder of NC Social, did that. Well, I had another restaurant owner reach out to me, and he was like, he messaged me on Facebook. He found me because we had a lot of mutual friends. That's that small town situation. And he messaged me, and he was like, Oh my gosh, saw the feature for session. That's awesome. Congrats. I would love for you, I want to talk to you for you to do that for our business. And I was like, well, it doesn't work. I didn't say this to him, but I was like, it doesn't work that way. Like you got to have something. I got to have an angle or something. And I was like, well, we can set up a meeting to talk, blah, 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 blah. I told him, how PR works and what to expect. And he was like, oh no, like I don't want to, he said, I don't want to pay you. Can you just send me your contact? I said, that's not how that works.
Oh my God, the gall.
Oh my God.
The nerve.
I literally was like, never going to support your restaurant again, sir.
Yeah.
That's not how that works. Like, am I going to walk into your restaurant? You're going to give me a free plate of food every time I walk in?
And the recipes.
Yeah. Like, give me the recipes. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
that's so annoying.
I called my friend, the manager of the cocktail bar, and I was like, is this a joke? I was like, this man has like 6 locations. I know he does well. Like, I know his businesses. And I'm like, babes, we don't get PR. We don't give out our contacts like that. Sorry.
No.
I worked hard for that.
Yeah. Proprietary, pay me. Yeah. People are bold. Yeah. Ted, oh my God. It's happened to all of us. It's like, you're always like, are you freaking kidding me? Tess.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to mention, because I know you're trying to wrap it up, but I just posted something in the Powerhouse Pros Facebook group with a question about promoting one of my clients' podcasts that he's going to launch. So if you guys want to read the question in the Facebook group, and if anybody has any feedback, just put it there, because I know you're trying to wrap up. So
no, we're good. I mean, if you feel like listening to people here, there's been somebody that has specific expertise that you think they could benefit you.
I got on so late because this one had basketball tonight. So
you had basketball. My son had a game too. I think they lost by 20 points though.
Oh, well, this is a skills building workshop.
Okay, that's good.
They're doing that kind of thing, but
you won't lose by 20 points. I was like, are you okay? Did you have fun? And he's like, yeah. So not great. Yeah. What grade are you in? 4th grade. Okay. I have a 6th grader and a 7th grader, both boys.
Yes. My kids are 17 months apart too. I think you've mentioned that before that.
Yeah. They're like 22, but they're 2 years apart, but they're 1 year in school because we held my person back. But
when I become a mom, I will be messaging all of you in the Powerhouse group and be like, you got to help me like learn how to be a mom and
do all the things.
Work.
Yes.
Doing your own thing.
Yeah, it's a lot, but I'll tell you, running my own business and transitioning into motherhood. I had my company for like 5 years and then I had my kids, and thank God I set up my business the way I did. And that's what we share in the Agency Accelerator. Just have that flexibility. It is such a gift. It is such a gift. So you're already.
I have to finish the Agency Accelerator.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's not a race. It's not a, like, you don't get a gold star. It's always there for you. So yeah, we're here for you. But Tess, apparently people are looking at your question, it seems, and they have questions about your question.
Yeah, he's a locally really well-known comedian. He's like one of the founders of a local comedy location. So I'm like locally well-known, and he's gotten some, when he toured, I got him some local press at the different places where he was touring. But is he nationally known? No. But he's got a couple people. Yes, not yet. But he's got a couple people lined up for his podcast that could be really pretty interesting. Somebody who went to the Olympics, stuff like that. So I mean, I can kind of, as he was telling me about some of the guests he's going to have, I was like, well, I could pitch that to like a health and wellness magazine maybe, or I could pitch that guest to a veterans group, or you know what I mean? So I was trying to like spin my brain, but then I was also like, well, it's still an unknown podcast that I'm pitching though. So yeah.
Any thoughts anyone has? And I know Icy has a resource that she wants to share. I just want to make sure I didn't miss. Oh, and you had a question about social justice advocates or entertainers and athletes that work often in social justice, like Kim Kardashian, like that vibe. Like, no, that was you. I see.
Well, I mean, Well, yeah, so that, yeah, earlier I was just curious if anyone represents anyone that happens to be an advocate in like the social justice equality space, or they're an entertainer, athlete that also does social justice work. I have an event coming up in March, and I was asked about like tastemakers that I should like invite. We're doing something for Mr. Belafonte. So this will be like his first like posthumous birthday party. And so they usually work with like the same activists, and so they just asked me if I knew of anyone else. But
So, like,
the resource
broaden.
that I wanted to share, I
Yeah.
don't know if anyone does like any fundraising or gifting or anything of the sort, but on Fiverr, I found a really good vendor for like lead generation, and they can search by job title, industry, corporation. And so like I have a mailing list of like 500 contacts that I've been reaching out to for sponsorship, and I've gotten really, really good feedback from it. So if you haven't been using Fiverr for lead generation, definitely do that. It's also good for people that don't have a media database. You can get journalists specific to the industry. So
who are you looking for to fill that role? Like, what is the job description that you're posting, or who are you searching for that?
You just search for lead generation. So they have B2B lead generation, journalist lead generation, but because they ask you what are you looking for specifically, because sometimes people are looking for the CEO because they want to pitch their business, to work with them. Sometimes people are looking for admin. I specifically say partnership manager, public relations manager, community engagement specialist. I look for those titles because those tend to be the ones with the checkbook. And I reach out to them to help out my nonprofit clients that are looking for donors.
And Nikki's like, I am shook. Fiverr for journalists. You don't pay for a database, so this is good. We have a database that's good too. That's like just down and dirty.
Like you can literally get a mailing list of like hundreds of contacts for like $50, and they'll be recent. So
that's awesome. I don't know if I posted the exact right thing, but I just did like Fiverr lead gen, business and sales. But I'm sure, I mean, that is so cool.
Yeah. Jen, I have that database, right? It's the Airtable.
Yes, exactly.
I love Airtable. It's great.
Yeah. There's a lot of we go try really hard to keep it up to date. It's impossible, but like we are in there all the time, like trying to update it. And women in PR.
Is that in the accelerator, or is that something else?
What's that? Who said what?
The database y'all are talking about, is that in the accelerator, or is that something else?
It is something else. It is typically a bonus. You're in the accelerator, right? I see. You're in the agents accelerator. I got you. You're fine. We'll take care of it. So Kristen, I see your hand.
I know you have to go to the bathroom. I'm so sorry.
Like, I have to pee. No, I'm fine. I'm a camel. I can hold it.
I'm still so confused about Agency Accelerator. Is that like help?
What? So anybody
explain it?
Okay, explain it. Sally's in literally everything.
So you can go pee.
No, I'm fine. I want to hear it.
The Agency Accelerator is, from my experience, is what you wish you had when you were starting your agency. So Jen has like a really good contract. She has ways to work with freelancers. She has, boundaries. She has a lot of things. Because she was a lawyer, she thinks really logically and strategically. So that's really helpful for like me, that's more creative and more inspirational and gets ideas, but doesn't think as linearly. So she has a lot of that down there. And she has it broken down so that there's small segments so you can watch it. There's a lot there, but you can do it in 10, 20-minute intervals and go through it all. And it's very, it takes you through all the processes of different things about owning an agency and how to grow it, how to make it work. So that's my summary.
Yeah. And thank you for that. It is built on a foundation that is like 4 pillars. So when I've thought about how I grow my business, how I grew my business, and when I had my biggest bumps in revenue and how I have found my best clients, I realized there was like a very specific process that I didn't even know I was following, but this is how it worked for me. So it's strategy, sales, service, and scale. And for each of those pillars, there's like 3 fundamental content stacks. So when you think about strategy, we're going to go through how do you niche down? What are, how do you choose your niches? How do you leverage your experience and your unique story to attract bigger clients? How do you price your services? How do you even figure out like what's your revenue goal? How do we back into it? That's strategy. It's like, and also mindset there, like stepping in, and we were talking about it here. It's like feeling confident that you are doing what you're supposed to do and how to sort of push through that. And a lot of people revisit the mindset stuff quite a bit. And then sales is about building your client pipeline, niching down, getting on calls. And we have like red flags, literally like every single lesson has like a checklist, a tip sheet, a template, it's like a business in a box. So it's then sales, it's getting on the calls, it's how do you do proposals, what goes in a proposal. We show you literally like a client I won for $24,500 a month, let's say $25,000 a month. I show you what that proposal looked like. I show you everything to include, what not to include, verbiage. We give you a template that you can put in Canva and customize. Then it's service. So the whole thing is built on a foundation of creating consistent, predictable, recurring retainer revenue. So like you've been working with this woman for so long, getting your clients, keeping them in the door, keeping them happy, and having a foundation where maybe you lose a client here or there, but you know how to bring in new clients and you're not freaking out every month, like, where's my money coming from? So service is like reporting, clipping, amplifying your wins. And then scale is building your team, leveling up. Like, how do you leverage the results you've gotten? How do you build case studies? How do you ask for testimonials? We'll give you literally like templates that you can use to ask clients. So it's totally different than the pitch lab. This is like, how are you intentionally building your business to work with clients you love? And instead of things coming to you and you're reactive, you are taking stepping stones intentionally. You're taking your past work where you have results, like you worked at an agency for so long, like you can leverage that experience and be able to show your expertise if you want to go down that road, So we do have open enrollment. We do have launch periods, but it's open. Like, we'll get you in. Right now it's flicking over to a wait list. I don't know why. Kelly is saying I got a 6-figure contract right out of the gate with Jen's templates. Even the pitch that she sent, the cold pitch came from, I know there's so many cute, you guys didn't even see my cute dog. She's probably downstairs with my husband, but it's all of the things for every step of the way. Like, it's a business in a box, like what I wish I had, instead of being so reactive and like stumbling into this is like intentionally making these choices. I am LLC filing as an S Corp. Say that. Sorry.
Sorry, Jen, can we sign up now, or do I just email Miranda? Like, what?
Yeah, email Miranda. We can get you in. I don't know why the link is bouncing over to a wait list. I think we're trying to turn it like evergreen, like get people to watch a class and then sign up. But my team is so limited that we haven't set it up. So she has it on a wait list, and I'm like, open the fucking class. Like, people want it. Like, let them get in, come on, so yes, we'll get you in, and it's awesome. Who said that? Oh, yay.
Yay. I mean, like, I'm going, it's my goal this like quarter to do it, to finish it off. But I swear the stuff that I've learned in it, it's like crazy. It's
yay.
Yeah,
we have great stories. Like, you get out of it what you need.
Yeah, it's not one of those classes. And I hate this when like you see all these people on social media. There's like, buy my class and I'll teach you all these things. And it's like things I already know. And then the accelerator is like, it's not like that. Like I've learned so much stuff that I've actually like applied to my business model and I can't wait to finish it to learn way more. It's great.
It's all just practical. Like if you're looking to hire a team, we have like job descriptions written out that you can customize. We tell you where to look. Like, so it's all following that path that it, and there's a model I show you, it's like cyclical almost. So like once you get the great clients and get the great results and then leverage your wins to go back then to strategy and be like, okay, I'm crushing it right now. Let me take these case studies. Let me go back out to my network and let's bump up the rates and look for bigger clients. And now I'm the expert in this space. And I can show that through my results, through my case studies and our testimonials. You put them on your website. It's like the whole strategy to like build whatever you want. If you want a tiny little thing, cool. If you want to, we have people running 7-figure agencies. And by the way, Tia, second best investment I ever made. The first was Elevate. And by the way, Tia, did you see that Megan got engaged? Did you see that? Megan Shanley? Yeah. She said no. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So one of the women in this Elevate I'm a trained certified high performance coach. So we pulled together a group and we do, I follow like a process, and we had so many breakthroughs. It was like amazing. And for me, it was amazing because it was my first cohort. And I was like, oh my God, this shit works. It's so good. And so Megan got on. She is incredible. And she had this insane breakthrough where it was like, she goes, can I go first? Can I go first? After one of our calls, and just came up with like a mission statement and a purpose. She's just felt her whole life like I'm aimless, I'm purposeless. And we went through a process and she's like, I got it. And I get it. Yeah, look at it. And she was like, I want, love, and I want a relationship, and my friends are getting married, and she started her business, but she couldn't really explain to like her family what she was doing and why she was doing it, and didn't have that big why. And she had this big breakthrough, and we were all like, oh my God, she was so excited. And she's like, it's one of the video testimonials we have. And right as we were wrapping, she started to date. She had a clear sense of herself and what she wanted in her life. And she started dating a guy that was kind of outside of her normal, like who she would go for. But this was somebody that really complemented who she was identifying as, like where she was, who she was becoming. And she just got engaged over the holidays. I was like, like freaking out because she was like, I'm not meeting. And now so anyway, it's very cool. Definitely reach out to her. And Tia, the level that she is operating at, I think for her, it was like, and she could type and say no, but the mindset shift of like, I don't belong here, to like, I am in the right place and I deserve to be among all these people. And the work I'm doing is top caliber, and I deserve to charge more, and clients are coming back to me because I'm doing such an excellent, like top tier, like Nike is coming back to me because I crushed it for them and they want more of what I have to offer. And I'm going to ask for what I deserve. She went from like, to, she went from, I just had a baby, imposter syndrome, new mom with a baby. Who's saying what? I'm sorry.
I just said that's just so inspiring.
It was awesome. I mean, just to see that, I was like, this is the freaking coolest thing ever. So she said Elevate was her best investment, and then Agency Accelerator. So, and last time we ran Elevate, nobody signed up. So I was like, what are we doing wrong? It's so good. 4 times in less than a year after Elevate. It's really cool. It's really cool.
You still offer that?
I mean, we do. Nobody wanted to do it. I was like, you guys, we have this great thing. Like,
how long
we opened it up and nobody wanted it. Wait,
Did you
what?
send it out by email, Jen, or what?
What's that?
Did you send it out by email? I was going to sign up and I never got anything.
I don't know. We had a whole launch, and there was like, did anyone sign up for the? And Serena, I don't know if she's still on here. I think she bounced, but she was like, you know, and I'm like, just hold on to your money. Like when we do it, you'll come in. But she's like, I'm ready. And I'm like, nobody else is. So we just didn't do it. But yeah, if you guys want to do it, like, yeah, India or icy, you know. Anyway.
You know, I love both, but no, I know we were talking about Elevate, but I have to sing praises for the accelerator. You know, I love the accelerator. You know, it's like my favorite thing ever. I randomly log in all the time. And I think what I love about it for me and my schedule is like, I love that it's self-paced. I love that you don't have to go in order, but and it's all based on where you are in your business in that moment. So there were some parts I had already passed. And the beautiful thing about it is she goes from transitioning from freelancer to dabbling in it to like solopreneur to like, okay, let's launch your agency and here's you do it from start to finish. I had already started my business, but there was a lot I didn't know. So I skipped certain parts. But the thing I also love is the FAQ tab because it has all these like amazing bite-sized digestible videos.
It's searchable.
Where I can just kind of go in and yes, exactly. So like I've literally found things that I missed in the accelerator in the FAQ where I'm like, okay, oh wow, there's a segment on SEO. There's a segment on hiring this specific role. There's a segment on dealing with a problematic client. There's a segment on, okay, I have to chase a client down for my money. Like literally breaking down every single scenario you could ever experience.
And it's like hundreds of questions and little clips, hundreds, and it's all searchable. It's really good. Like, yeah, we take all of the coaching calls we've had over the last, like, I don't know, 7-8 years, and we just clip them and put them in there and make it searchable in the platform. And that's like what I wanted to say to Nikki is it doesn't have to be linear and you don't have to like finish it. You can just jump in wherever you are and be like, oh my God, I have a sales call. I got to go back to this content, get ready for it, and feel my confidence, or I'm feeling a little like, and go back to the mindset stuff, or I have a new revenue goal. How can I calculate it? Go back to the strategy stuff. So it's like wherever you are, or like, I think it's time to hire a team member. Who am I looking for? Where do I go? What do I even ask for? We have templates for like a social media manager, you know, a account executive, like just take it and make it your own. So it's like super time saving. And our contract, battle tested, unfortunately, like in real life.
I need to look at that contract. Actually, when we get off here, I'm literally going back to it because I got to find that contract. I have had clients late fees. I'm sure you guys is another rant, like the late clients not paying on time. I'm sick of it. And it's to the point where I'm like, I'm going to start charging you like a $400 a day late fee if you don't pay.
That's not in there. There is late fees.
No, but like that's me being dramatic. That's me being dramatic, but it's just like.
Well, and we also explain that the late fee is not necessarily something you're going to get. It's an incentive for them to pay. And it's a way for you to kind of, you know, push them a bit and say, like, I don't want to charge the late fee and I'm willing to waive it if you know, I just want you guys to get paid. I don't care about 5%, blah, blah, blah. It's a little, you know, like a little incentive, but, and we talk about that too. Like if you say like client that hasn't paid or whatever, there's a Q&A or probably multiple that will pop up and they're like a few minutes. So it's just little digestible and it's all available. There's an app. You can take it on the go on the app. It's the Kajabi app.
I've used it to motivate myself, just like Ice. I've gone to Jen and I'm going to go talk to a client and she has this whole thing about getting ready and prepared to talk to a client. So I'll re-listen to that like over and over again. But I'm just like you, Ice. I see. I am just listening to it over, you know, I need to be motivated and I'll go listen. So it's very inspiring. Plus it's just very meaty.
How often do this happen? This like Zoom mixer? Because this is like, I mean, I know we've kind of talked about like some more like business stuff, and it's supposed to be more. I'm sure you guys heard this saying, shooting the shit, more talk, kind of talk.
Yeah.
But so how often do we do these? Because this, I like, you know, I've met some people on here. It's pretty cool.
We do the Zoom mixers quarterly, and if you're in any program, you're invited to come, and it's like just FaceTime and hanging out. And then we do our monthly plus calls, so it's Powerhouse Plus, and it's like we were doing calls for Agency Accelerator if you were part of the plus aspect of it, because it is self-paced. And so if you want the additional coaching or the community, there was like an add-on. And then for the pitch lab, there was a call, and people were like, they're in both programs and they're confused. What are we talking about? It was kind of like muddied a bit. I think I might be freezing, but you guys hear me okay? Or yeah. And so what we did is we sort of merged every coaching aspect into one thing that's plus. And we do, and I know that Kristen has taken advantage of it, but we do in a good way. We do asynchronous, like I'll do a recorded response if you have a question in the pitch lab. And it's to kind of protect my time a bit and to really give an incentive to come into that. It's the more, I mean, all of you guys, like the more focused, serious that are showing up for their businesses, for their community, like coming into the program and like sharing expertise, like giving and getting. That's what the plus calls are. It's a lot like this, but like down and dirty, and we'll stay on and just talk and answer everyone's questions. There's an opportunity to submit. We'll coach, we'll do a hot seat. If you have like an issue, we walk through everything, and it's really good. And you can pop in and out, you know, month to month.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's agent. That's Powerhouse Plus. What's that?
Like an email? Will I get an email about these or?
I don't know. Probably.
I need to like look, because this is the first time I really have like seen like, oh, a Zoom mixer. I was like, that sounds fun, because one of my goals this year was to network more.
Yeah, all of us should be doing
more professionals, even virtually. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna start. So
yeah, that's what I mean. This has been a lifesaver for me, getting to network with everybody.
Yeah, I got an email because I had forgotten about it, and we got home from basketball and everything was chaos. And then I checked my email. I'm like, oh, Zoom mixer.
And we're still here.
So. I'm like, they're probably done. And then you were still here. So
yeah. So Kristen, Agency Accelerator is like the program that you purchase. It's, if you do a pay in full, it's like under $2,500. And if you do a payment plan, it works out to like $3,000. And oh, and the capabilities template. Yeah, really, really good. Oh, can we see yours? Ooh, you have shared this with us. It's so pretty. Oh my God, I love. So she has shared how, so this is a capabilities deck. It's like you can use it as a proposal. Don't put too much strategy in it, but you have it set up in Canva and you customize it when you have to send it out. I'm going to go through this. This is awesome. I see. Thank you for sharing it. But I have it as a template and you can make it your own. We have the verbiage you can use, what to put in it. So that's Agency Accelerator. And when you buy it, you own it forever. If we update it, you get it, you know, whatever we add to it, you get it. We announce everything. And Kelly said, I just redid mine. I love Jen's template. It's really good. And Powerhouse Plus is like the coaching aspect. So it's, I think, $200 a month or just under $200 a month. It's a coaching call. It's a private Facebook community. And if you need extra help as you're going through Agency Accelerator, or you have pitch question, any questions whatsoever, confidence, we talked about, we just talked about confidence on the call. Like it was a big topic. We had a lot of imposter syndrome, a lot of, you know, just like how Kristen was feeling, a lot of people are feeling that. We went deep on it, talked about ways to build confidence, you know, sharing resources. Like it was really good. And so you got a taste of what it, you know, workshopping pitches, trouble, you know, how to deal with problematic clients, red flags, like all that stuff. So that's the coaching aspect. So you just pop in for, you know, $197 a month. People so far haven't left, which is really cool. It's not a huge group. And it's like a new thing we just launched. So you can come in and see for a month. If you like it, stay. And if you don't, leave. I obviously will not be hurt. My feelings won't be hurt. We just are here to help you however we can support you, whatever your budget is. So this is, I think, a pretty budget friendly way of getting access to like the hive mind, you know? So Gina, and I'm trying to get her, I can't hear you, but I'm trying to get her an Agency Accelerator because she has to start her own business, but that's.
I'm in Agency Accelerator. I purchased it. So I purchased it last year. I just haven't done anything with it. Just haven't done anything. So Just a quick question based on something you said, because unfortunately, and I don't want to be like downer, but my dad just put my dad in hospice. So, you know, he's been really, I've never seen anybody suffer so much with cancer. But anyway, so I just have no time to, you know, but when you made the comment just now, we could, like, if I had particular questions, could you, you know, I could pump in for the 195 or 197 and then get back out if like I wanted to do it for two.
Yeah, it's a month. Like it'll, you know, just pop in and then you can cancel. If you're in the pitch lab, we have been sending emails that will have a link to submit a question, and then it's like an asynchronous. So I'll record like a little 5-minute or less kind of audio, and we're putting that in, and that also is going to be a curated Q&A library. But so far, all the questions are so specific. Like, you know, we're talking to Kristen about how to pitch a bee sommelier, like honey sommelier, and I'm like, I don't know, like, what are we going to do here? So I'm missing that aspect of the coaching, but it was like a lot, and for $97 a month in the pitch lab, we are giving too much. It's just too much. Like people are like, this is so much. So I had to
then just one thing, I don't know if it's just me, I could have sworn, but maybe like I said, I'm going through so much in my life right now that I may have misread it. But when I first saw the email come in for this call, I could have sworn it said 5 p.m. Eastern. The very first one.
It might have, because
and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna be able to miss it because I had a doctor's appointment for my ear, and then I happened to come home and I was just going through my emails and I saw it again, and it said, wait, 5 o'clock Pacific time. I could have sworn it said
so that's interesting you say that, because Miranda sets them up. She's in Rhode Island.
It does say Eastern time.
Yes, I saw 2 people log in and I'm like, they're early, and I'm like, oh, it's 3 hours. Like, I bet there is something that's like, you guys, I'm so sorry.
But the reminder like was specific time though.
Okay. Well, I'll have to mention to her just to kind of double. This has happened before, and it's like the team is kind of all there. So yeah, that makes sense to me, because I saw people logging in and I'm like, you're early, girl. Okay, you're also early, and you're also early.
Yeah, I thought it was too, which is why I made my chiropractic appointment later.
Oh no. Oh gosh. Okay. We'll stay on top of it. It's typically 5 p.m.
To reach out to me because I'm under Sally B. Simon, because that's how I'm illegally signed in. So
as Facebook, she got her account hacked.
Yeah.
No.
So,
yeah, it sucks. Anyway. Totally sucks. Gina, I'm thinking about you. I'm so sorry. That's devastating. And if we can help in any way, please let us know. I don't know what that looks like, but
I appreciate it. As dysfunctional as my family is, they have all really come together for this. It's unbelievable. I never would have predicted that, but so anyway.
I hope that he's feeling, you know, no pain and peaceful. I know it's devastating beyond.
I mean, he could be in hospice. They said, you know, for up to a year, most likely it won't be. So we just don't know. But I mean, you know, that's almost like, you know, going over there every day. It's almost like a full-time job. You know what I mean? It really is. I've never been so exhausted in my life.
I'm sending you love with my
I just went through this. I just went through this with my dad last summer, and I'm sending you all the strength, because it's a lot.
Thank you. So
much love.
So anyway, but that's why, Jen, I haven't had it. I just, you know, I got the agency.
You're off
and the content is great. I just have no time to do anything.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I think that you do whatever you have to do right now to survive, and no guilt, and no, you know, and I do hope that you are able to lean on your family in some way to give yourself. I know you're going every day and that's where your heart is, but you also have to like look out for your emotional and mental health. And if you need to take a beat, take a break, take a shower, take a bath, get a massage, whatever you have to do to just feel your best as best you can, you know, try to find those moments.
I appreciate it, but it's good to know. And I appreciate, you know, you telling us that we could, if we wanted to like bump in and then, you know,
absolutely.
Pull back.
That's what it's there for. It's like, if you need extra help in a certain period, you have questions about the content, you want to just have the support while you're going through it or whatever, you know, we have people that will be like, we did have somebody that was like in it and then they left and they're like, I need this. Like, I just want to be able to have access to this community and ask the questions and go deep. So it's good. It's really good. I leave those calls and I'm like, that was so helpful. Like, even just, you know, I think there's also honestly, like a confidence that comes, maybe you guys have felt it here, when you're able to share what you know and you're like, not surprised, but you're like, yeah, Kelly's saying for sure. Just like when someone asks a question and you're like, I have an idea and I want to be helpful. And it's like, it feels really good to say like, I have ideas that are useful and I'm helping. And it's like very, you know, very reassuring. At least I feel like Kristen, you know, was having a little bit of a doubt, and to hear that you're kind of like on the same track as like 20, you know, people that would think about how to do this and they all have different ideas and you're on the right path. I think that is like very reassuring and it builds your confidence. So, and I call on people because I kind of know what people have expertise in, and
your memory is great. It is unbelievable.
Only for this group. I don't remember anything else. Nothing. I'm a scatterbrained moron. But like for this group, you know, I'm checked in. And Donna, I'm so happy you're here. You have like such a calmness, like such a like, just like the wisdom and the calm. And I just like want to learn more. So I hope that you come to more stuff.
Oh yeah, no, I want to come to everything.
Is her voice like so soothing, you guys? Like, I just, I'm like, tell me a story. Like, just talk to me. It's very like very relaxing to listen
This is
to you.
why I'm leading the wisdom revolution.
The 50 over 50, like, yeah,
it's the 50
yeah.
over the real 50 over 50. The wisdom.
I'll be there soon, so but love it. Yeah,
For me personally, this has been like so, like the past 2.5 hours has been so good for my mental health because I work, it's just me. I have a part-time social media manager and it's just me.
Yeah.
And I have my husband to bounce ideas off of
and your dog
and my dogs, but my husband's a firefighter and works construction. So I'm like, you're just ears. I love you, you know, but it's like hearing and talking to you guys is just so uplifting and it makes me feel like, okay, I am doing a good job. Like, oh my gosh, there's other people that are doing what I'm doing across the nation. And it feels so good to like talk to you guys and connect. So I really appreciate
it. My cat keeps telling me how much I suck.
I have cats too. I have 3 cats and they just look at me. So I get that.
They're no
I have
help at
2
all.
cats, a dog. I had a dream the other night that animal control came and said, you have too many pets, and they were like trying to take them away. And we only have 2 cats and a dog. My husband's always like, why are there so many pets in this house?
I love it. I love it. To me
too. I know. Well, we'll wrap up, and Gina, we're thinking of you and sending you and your family love. And if we can help in any way, please reach, I mean, you know, just reach out to me if we can support you in any way. I can also go to the community with any ask you might have. And thank you all so much for being here. Tess, I'm so glad that you worked out the time like zone issue. That was totally our bad. And you hopped on and we got to see you. And Donna, welcome. Lily, who's lurking Lily. We're so happy you're back in LA. And Tia with the baby. That was a long bath. I hope you're not still bathing that baby. I'm so glad you guys are all here. Icy, thanks so much for always sharing resources and expertise. And we met on friggin' Clubhouse. Okay, that's like how random our meeting was. And the best thing to ever come out of
forgot
Clubhouse
about that.
meeting you. Literally, like the only thing I got out of Clubhouse was meeting you. So, yeah. But I'm sending you all love. Kelly, Alicia, thanks for being here, and Happy New Year, everyone. Sally, sending you love, and your dad. He's amazing. And I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Have a great night,
Thank you.
guys.
Sorry,
Thanks for being here. What's that?
Thanks.
Oh,
Jen,
Yeah.
can we get the chat? I can't see we can't see backwards.
Oh.
And some people had given me information and asked me to reach out, but I can't go backwards because I was, you know, it only lets you go so far.
Hold on, I'm saving the chat. Let me see where it goes. I don't know where it goes, but okay, I have it. I'll send it to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. And Icy, what was your question?
Oh, I was just curious if you still use Covered Press.
No, absolutely not. Not even for a friggin' minute. Absolutely no. No.
No, because thinking about Clubhouse made me think of it. I'm like, wait.
No, that guy is a horrible human being. Horrible, horrible person. Criminal. Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know. I feel like terrible about, yeah, no. I think that the code is ripped off from other sites, the look and feel, the idea, but also he's an abusive person. And he came to me and was like, not to me, fuck that. Nobody's doing that to me. Like, I'll fucking kick your ass. Like, I don't care. But the founder of it came to me and was like, I have like an opportunity for you. Basically was like, this is the opportunity of a lifetime and da da da. And I was like open. I'm like, yeah, happy to share like our community and our content and be, because he's like, we don't really have like a face of the company or like a spokesperson, and we need that for legitimacy. And I'm like, we have tons of content, happy to leverage however we can. Basically, he said, I want you to come work for me. I want you to give me all of your content, all of your programs, so that we can give it away for free as a top of the funnel strategy to get people into the SaaS so they can buy the software, and you'll get a 1% of the company. And I was like, why would I, and he said to me, the wrap up was, so how do you think you're going to feel when you walked away from a multi-billion-dollar company? That was my reaction. Yeah. And then shortly thereafter, there was some horrible, horrible situation that is like, thankfully the person has like so happily moved on and been, but horrible. So I sure hope.
Yeah. I won't disclose, but like, I know. Wow.
Yeah. You're, yeah.
Thank you for sharing that with me. Thank you for sharing that with me. I know everyone's going to go. I'll tell you my testimony another time, but I have one as well.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to hear it. Please do share. It's always interesting. I mean, I haven't thought about that in a long time, but I was like, wow.
Because it's like, he was like in the space and he actually introduced us in the room. He was like, yeah, there's another publicist. Do you know Jen? I need to connect you with Jen. And my girlfriend loves her and you need to meet them all. Yeah. And you were an amazing blessing, but he was something else. So yes, you were the best thing to come out of Clubhouse.
Yes. Same to you. I couldn't agree more, but yeah. Oh boy, bro. Like,
I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to keep the chat going longer.
No, you're good. I haven't thought about that, and we can commiserate all day long, but yeah, I'm just glad that girlfriend has moved on in a very, very positive way.
Oh, now that that lady's not on, whose father's dying, there's a service you can do where you can send soup to her.
Oh.
And we might want to do something like that. I tip some money in, so if you know her address.
Oh, yeah, I can probably get it in our, if not, I'll ask her. Yeah, or even just send her like Postmates credit or something like that. That's a great idea. That's a really great idea. Thank you.
Sometimes when you're really, but then she could figure out and do it at the hospital, but particularly when the dad dies, transitions, to send something over so that, because you get pretty numb and, so I don't know, but anyway, but that would be a good idea. I'll contribute to Postmates.
No.
Who do you all use for gifting, like in general, for situations like that, or even like clients? Are there any like drop shipping companies you love?
We use BoxFox, like, so if someone's on our podcast, or like when Chrissy's dog died suddenly, we sent her like a really pretty, like, kind of like BoxFox that had like a, serenity type things, like cozy socks and bath salts and chocolate and like things to comfort. It was like a comfort box. So we use BoxFox. They're like really pretty packaging, and then you can curate the content, or you just buy the things individually that they sell, and they'll box it for you, or they have pre-curated themed boxes. It's really nice. It's not cheap, but the presentation is nice, and we do stuff on Amazon too, because like I love the free shipping. I think I'd rather pay more to give you more stuff than have to pay to ship it. And I don't care about the packaging, but the Box Fox presentation is like really lovely. Amazon, it's just like crap rolling around in a box. And sometimes we would send like a journal and pens and like and it would come in 4 shipments. And it's like, who even is this from? And it's like, well,
like a gift trap.
Because I've gotten some of the most thoughtful, best gifts from you, Jen. I was just telling somebody that they were complimenting my gratitude journal. I'm like, oh, Jen sent me this. Or like the books I have and like the markers with it. You send like the cutest gifts. Like even I wasn't expecting a gift for joining Agency Accelerator. I'm like, oh my God, I got swag. Like, what is
Isn't it fun to get like unexpected stuff? I mean, it's like, you know, surprise and delight. We have to show you how much we appreciate you guys. And so, yeah, but I don't like, I'd rather spend more money on Amazon to get you more stuff, but then it shows up in like 4 packages and it's so stupid. People are like, what is this? Like, who sent this? So I don't know if it's clear when it doesn't all arrive in the same box, but Box Fox is super pretty. So that's who we use. And then corporate gifting, if it's holiday time, I usually wait for Black Friday and then I will buy things with a really good promotion. Like Mark and Graham will do customized stuff and they always have some sort of Black Friday with like free shipping or like free personalization, which is $12 an item usually. So we'll do something around the holiday that has the best, you know, like I want more bang for the buck. Like I don't want to give it to the company, I want to give it to the person. So we try to take advantage of budget to get a deal and get something better. So that's
I
what
love that. Thank you for sharing that because I'm definitely going to be more intentional 2024 with surprising and delighting. So I wrote the companies down. I've been taking notes the whole chat. So
oh, good. Okay. Well, if we can help with any of this stuff, you know, I think it's fun too to send people like I don't have my little like the pop in bottle like latte, you know, a little can of latte, and you ask someone for a coffee chat, and if they say yeah, you know, whatever, you like send them a box of lattes or like La Colombe or something they sell at Costco, and like a mug, and you know, just something cute that's not expensive. Like shipping's probably the most expensive part. Or you can send them a Starbucks gift card and email it to them. It's just little stuff. It's like not even a lot of money. It's just a way to like cement yourself in their memory, in their, you know, their mind. So I lost the chat and oh, here we go. Capability. Oh, that's you. Sorry. So much love. Okay, for Gina. Sorry, I missed all of this. So I just want to make sure. Okay, cool. Box Fox. Oh, I did send her a Box Fox. Yeah, Tia. I don't know. We usually send them when there's like something that we want to be like, we want to hug you when we can't. So here's stuff that will hug you instead. So yeah. Anyway, this was awesome. I'm so happy you guys are all here. Thank you for sticking around.
This was so awesome.
I know. How awesome are you?
I love meeting you all. I hope you have my email.
Yeah, you left it in the chat. And Sally, I'm gonna message you I have an email to you right now to send the chat. Hopefully she's able to get it. So be well, everyone. Happy New Year. Thanks so much for joining. And we'll see you hopefully in Powerhouse Plus, and if not, in the next quarter, and we'll just do more shooting the shit. So, and somebody else bring a drink, so it's not just me.
Thanks, ladies.
Bye, Lily. Thanks for being here. Bye, Tia. Bye, Alicia.